What is up, boxing fans? Keeping the tone a little in-house because I am ringside tonight here in Ontario, California for Mark Magsayo, Brandon Figueroa, the WBC interim world title on the light at featherweight tonight. Mark Magsayo fighting his first strong, full-fledged featherweight tonight. And Magsayo, big puncher with the right hand, but he's expected to get overwhelmed by the work rate and the attrition and the relentlessness of Brandon Figueroa. But early here tonight to start the card in Ontario, we got Amilcar Vidal from Uruguay. Taking a good right hand on the ropes, but still, winning these first 2 rounds against another undefeated fighter, Elijah Garcia out of Arizona. So we got 2 undefeated fighters opening up this card. And Amilcar Vidal is a guy that has been talked about a lot on the PBC side, Showtime side, managed by Samson Lukowicz, who found Danny Pacquiao, David Benavidez, and a host of other fighters. And there's been some hype behind this guy from Uruguay. I got to be honest, I haven't, off the top of my head, no great fighters I can think of have come from Uruguay, but this guy's 16-0, 12 knockouts in middleweight, and a lot of people here on the Showtime side of things actually have some high hopes for him. So, and I'll be able to pick the voice up a little bit as we go along, chat. We get closer to main event time, and I'm not the only one here jaw jacking. Once we get to main event time, I don't got to worry as much about the media person on my left, media person on my right, worrying about how loud I am because the whole crowd's roaring for the main event. But we're gonna cool and chill a little bit here in the early goings. Javier G saying, "Hey Sean, can't wait for your play-by-play. Can't wait to give it to you, brother. Can't wait for main event time." You guys know how we do. We ratchet it up a couple notches for main event time. But right now, Amilcar Vidal here in this 3rd round against Elijah Garcia, 2 undefeated guys. Tough second round, very competitive second round. Good shots landed by both. And Elijah Garcia actually backing Amilcar Vidal up on the ropes right now. And Vidal working his uppercuts with his back along the ropes, but that's not somewhere good straight left hand from the southpaw Elijah Garcia. Now good right hook to the body by Elijah Garcia. Good uppercut, leads to accommodation for the underdog, Elijah Garcia. And in terms of ring generalship, this is not where Amilcar Vidal wants to be. He does not want the fight taken to him and backed up on the ropes, getting hit with combinations right now, a minute into this 3rd round by Arizona's Elijah Garcia. What's up, Jamal Fareed? Good to see you, brother. Salute C Fight Hype mods and all in the chat. Good to see you, man. Dimitri Bivol, apparently the WBA light heavyweight champion, is in the chat. Apparently, that's not a burner account or a fake account. We got the real light heavyweight champ in the house. Light heavyweight world titleist. Better BF. We still got to consider the legit champ for now. Wendell saying must win for Magsayo, and that Salt Poppy is more popular than Magsayo now. I like Salt Poppy's. Wendell, I actually do like Salt Poppy's left hand. I can't lie. I like the way he takes his little half steps back and then zaps you, walks you into that left hand. Tip of the cap to him being able to have that in the skill set. Sonia Dumas, good to see you. I'm here, Sean. Can't wait for you to call fight. Can't wait to call it. Got to keep the tone a little more subdued here at ringside early on until main event time when everyone's buzzing in the arena and me talking doesn't take up as much attention at ringside. So but yeah, Sonia, always great to have you. I turned it up a notch for main event time. How much longer to the main event, Creo the Traveler? I would say 8 o'clock Pacific time. You check back in if you just want main event time. Actually, leave your tab open so we can still get the views in this motherfucker. Dimitri Bivol, Better Biev versus Bivol is the most exciting fight of the year. Dimitri Bivol, you mean Better Biev versus yourself is the most exciting fight of the year. That is a hell of a fight. And Canelo Alvarez, being the former pound-for-pound king he was, and really probably the greatest fighter of the post-Mayweather Pacquiao era, he does get dibs on his rematch. That's fair enough because he is Canelo. But that is holding up undisputed at 175. And also match the top rank, not really wanting to do business together just yet, is holding that fight up too. But Canelo's Canelo. He gets dibs on his rematch first. I'm cool with that. DBH says, can't wait for that 70s show guy to do the fight. One of the best. Thanks, bud. You got it, my brother. You got it. The fake ass Ashton Kutcher, as some of my friends lovingly call me. And I got you held down. Sonia saying Canelo gets Bivol in the rematch. A lot of people are going to remain with Bivol. I don't count Canelo out being the great champ he is. Bivol is clearly the favorite again. I actually think both fighters are going to be better in that rematch. Canelo's going to be in better shape. I think his conditioning will be better, and thus he'll be better. But I also think Bivol, with all the confidence he has now at the elite level, he's going to be a little more loose and less tight and take more chances too. So that first fight wasn't really that good. And I think the second fight is going to have more fireworks than the first fight. Frank the Tank, what's up, brother? Lynn G saying, hey, Sean, can't wait. Loved your Figueroa interview this past week. Keep it up. Thank you, Lynn G. And that interview didn't get a whole lot of views. Sometimes, the non-clickbaity guys who are just good fighters like Figueroa, they don't always get views. But my man Frankie, who's with me tonight, got him some views after the weigh-in yesterday. Sonia says, Bivol wants the money. You can't blame him. He deserves it. Dimitri saying, no rematch for Canelo. It hurts. Sorry, guys. Really, Dimitri? You already beat him once, Dimitri Bivol. So if you want to go and hurry up into Undisputed, we support that too. The fight is a good fight. The rematch for Canelo, because he's a little guy. He was the pound for pound king, and obviously Undisputed would better be as wonderful. All right, here we are though in the fourth of Elijah Garcia Vidal, and Elijah Garcia won that third round. And again, Amilcar Vidal against the ropes, the undefeated Uruguayan, who's favored and has some hype behind him on Showtime, has been featured on a couple of cards now. Straight left hand landing for Elijah Garcia, and the Chicano-American from Arizona holding his own right now with the more highly touted undefeated prospect in Amilcar Vidal. Vidal can't get off the ropes. He eats another straight left hand behind a nice little double jab setup by Garcia. And now Amilcar fighting off the ropes and lands a good left hook to the body, but back comes Elijah Garcia with a combination, and he turns Amilcar into the ropes again. Amilcar trying to work those uppercuts, but Elijah Garcia continuing to pin him against the ropes right now. Let me see what's up, chat. No need to see Bivol versus Canelo rematch. I know Tu Wu Vang. I know a lot of people, boxing fans, are on the same tip you are with that. They're ready to see Undisputed. They feel like Bivol beat Canelo the first time, and he'll only beat him more convincingly the second time. But again, being that Canelo's Canelo, with the best fighters in the post-Mayweather Pacquiao era. Oh, big right hand lands for Elijah Garcia on the inside. Big right hand lands for the southpaw. Amilcar Vidal is hurt. He's taking combinations on the ropes. Down goes Amilcar Vidal, and Jack Reese stops the fight. It's an upset in the first fight of the night here in Ontario, California. Amilcar Vidal from Uruguay with the hype loses to Elijah Garcia. Now 14-0 with 10 knockouts. The Mexican-American out of Phoenix, Arizona, came in as the red corner, the B side tonight. And Amilcar Vidal was caught in an exchange. And then Elijah Garcia didn't let up once he had him on the ropes, and he pinned him on the ropes repeatedly in this 4-round fight. And he finished him on the ropes. Jack Reese did not want to give the young fighter a chance to recover. He waved it off immediately after that barrage sent Vidal to the ropes. And Vidal has some talent, has some power, but man, got the fight taken to him by a tough Mexican-American kid who pinned him on the ropes repeatedly and made him pay on those ropes repeatedly. Vidal was getting busted up, and Elijah Garcia had that momentum after losing round one. I thought he took 2 and 3, and Elijah Garcia is talking his shit right now to the cameras on Showtime. Big fight to start. Man, good 4-round opener. I mean, again, it wasn't scheduled 4 rounds, but Elijah Garcia turned it into a 4-round shootout, and that favored him. Hell of a win to get his name out there for the middleweight out of Phoenix, Arizona, Elijah Garcia. Excuse me, not 14-0 with 10 knockouts, 14-0 with 12 knockouts. Amilcar Vidal got us fall to 16-1. And Elijah Garcia holding his baby boy in the ring, sticking his tongue out full of blood. He came up big tonight as an underdog, gets the knockout. Man. Sean, who you got, Figueroa or Magsayo? I got Brandon Figueroa tonight, guys. I think the fight comes down to, can Mark Magsayo hurt him repeatedly with the right hand, or drop him with the right hand, or knock him out with the right hand? If Magsayo can't make big things happen with his right hand, he's going to get overwhelmed. So that's what the fight comes down to. And we should find out fairly early in this fight Magsayo's chances based on how Figueroa takes that right hand. If he hits Figueroa in the first round with the right hand and Figueroa doesn't respond to it much, unless Magsayo can hit him with it over and over again. But Magsayo's offense comes and goes. That right hand is a hell of a punch he's got. He's an explosive Filipino fighter, but his offense comes and goes. And so I don't see him pelting Figueroa round after round after round with the right hand. It's going to come in certain moments in the fight. And if they aren't big moments, I think the nonstop, relentless output of punches and pressure and size of Figueroa will probably overwhelm the more explosive Filipino in Magsayo. That's how I see it. Jorge Camp says, I think the height is going to be a problem for Magsayo, but it will be a problem for Magsayo, but we'll see if the power of Magsayo is an issue for the leaky defense of Brandon Figueroa, who's never fought a full-fledged, strong punching featherweight. And he was a bully at 122. At 5'8", rehydrating probably to about 140 tonight. He'll probably still be a bully at 126, but we got to see it in the ring first. We can't. It's an assumption for now that he'll be the same bully at 26 against a big, strong featherweight, not a huge featherweight, but a strong featherweight in Magsayo. We'll see. Tufin Anaz saying Magsayo couldn't make weight, right? Which shows he's a big featherweight. He's a legit featherweight, not a guy, easily making the weight, but not a good sign either that you couldn't make weight on the first attempt. That rarely goes well for guys on fight night when they have to make weight twice. Very rarely does a guy win after having to go through that. Wilson says, I think the jury is out on Canelo. I know he's injured, but I really didn't like his performance against Triple G. Wilson, I agree with you. I didn't like 2022 Canelo. He took a step back from 2021 Canelo and 2020 against Callum Smith, Christmas time Canelo. Canelo peaked in 2021. The question is, can he get back to that peak? He's not, old, but he has some wear on the tires. He's got some miles on the odometer, over 60 professional fights. He turns 32, having had some injuries. It's a legit big question mark if Canelo's already peaked. And we've seen the best fights we're going to see from Canelo. I think he can still turn it up a notch against Bivol. Whether that is enough to turn the tables, that'll remain to be seen. He deserves to be the underdog because I think even though he's going to get better, Bivol's going to be better too. So yeah. Dane Sampson, did Pacquiao have better stamina than Mayweather? I don't think so. Just because, and Pacquiao was in incredible shape, but Mayweather never got winded except for maybe a little bit in the first Castillo fight, but I never saw Floyd winded. And but there's an argument for Pacquiao too because his output was so much greater than Floyd's in his prime. He was throwing double the amount of punches and combinations, knocking guys out late in fights like Cotto. So you could argue Pacquiao has a more freakish, otherworldly conditioning because he's throwing a million punches and there's a constant ball of upper body movement and throwing punches and in and out with his feet. But I never saw Floyd winded. So I give the edge to Mayweather there. Who said Canelo's best days are behind him? Let me reread your comments, sir. Canelo's best days are behind him, says Tufan and Nas. 3 Pumps. What's up, 3 Pumps? Good to see you in the chat, my man. Let me quiet it up for a second. Make sure I don't get in trouble. But, we don't. Tufan, thank you, brother. Thank you. 3 Pumps saying where Brandon's sister at? Oh, Myra Figueroa, right? The star of the family. But if Brandon wins tonight, one of my questions in the post-fight conference is going to go to his sister. Because there's only so much talk that she's an attractive woman. But if Brandon wins tonight, he's carving out a place for himself in this sport as one of the most conditioned fighters in boxing. Maybe not the most defensively skilled guy and fastest hand speed guy, but in great dog shape fight after fight. And his coach in that area is his sister. So if Brandon prevails tonight, I think I might ask the sister, give her some flowers and try to steer the talk just for a moment away from her looks and give her some and try to talk about her the job she's done with her brother, having him throw 100 punches around sometimes and be relentless. So Dimitri Vivo letting it known he was more of a Pacquiao guy in the chat. And I guess I'm not surprised to hear that. Who would make you favor between Zoo and Fundora if Zoo makes it past through Harrison? Dane, good question, Dane. And I can't wait to call that fight next week here on Fight Hype from back at the office. Tonight I'm in the arena, but I'm not going to no Australia. I'm not going to no Australia to cover that fight. I'll have to be back in the office for that one. I think that Zoo is a better fighter than Fundora. But... Oh, Stan Jonas is here? That's cool. You got him, Frankie? Yeah, you got him, Frankie? You get because I got to stay on the live. Yeah. Frankie. Yeah, because we started a live mad early. Okay. Thank you, bro. Yeah. Apparently, Edemas Stanionis in the ring or in the house tonight. They asked us if we want to talk to him. My man Frankie got that while I'm rocking with you guys. My man Frankie Vilified Media. But where was I, chat? Zoo and Fundora. Look, I think Zoo's actually a little bit better fighter than he is, but Fundora's a foot taller. So that offsets some of Zoo's shorter, more compact punches. So that'd be a hell of a fight. That'd be a war. I got to give the edge to Fundora. Just fighting a tall 6'6" guy like that who can get leverage with his uppercuts, even though he completely gives up his height. But Fundora is a problem just off the size alone to go with his what he brings to the game offensively. So I give the edge to and some of my mans in the media down there interviewing Stanionis right now. He's got his big fight with Virgil Ortiz coming up. I got to favor Virgil Ortiz in that fight, chat, because he's got a better jab. He's a little more athletic, a little bigger, has a better jab, and I think punches a little harder. So I just think he's better than Stanionis across the board. Chat, if there's something you think Stanionis is better at than Virgil, let me know. I'm not in favor of ducking, but I would steer my fighter away from Fundora. Homie is a freak. Right. I agree, CW. He's the kind of fight you only take if he's the mandatory. I agree with you. I think he is the toughest title defense out there for Jermell Charlo. I think Jermell Charlo would still win that fight. But that's the toughest matchup out there for Jermell Charlo just because of the damn size of this man and the offensive arsenal. So, yeah, if you guys are checking in right now, we're set for co-main event time in just a moment. Jarrett Hurd, the former unified super welterweight champion, coming off a couple of tough losses. Luis Arias beat him on that Logan Paul Mayweather card. Not last summer, but almost 2 summers ago now. And that really put a halt to his momentum, along with losing the titles a few years back to J-Rock. But he is at middleweight now, and he is the former champ, the legit champ at 54, 24-2. Got to find a way to be that physically imposing force at 60 that he was at 54, which isn't going to be as easy because these guys are bigger. And so he can't play bully ball as much with them. But let me see. Boy Jimbot says, shout from the Philippines. Shout out, Boy Jimbot. Black Ray Donovan in the house. He did not thank Al Heyman. Black Ray Donovan. Elijah Garcia didn't thank Al Heyman? Confirm for me. Dane Sampson, do I think Oshaki Foster would beat the likes of Hector Garcia, Valdez, and Navarrete? I think he very well could, but against fighters like them, he will have to throw, I think, a little bit more activity than he did against Ray Vargas. Hector Garcia is a more accurate puncher than Ray Vargas. He's a natural 130-pounder, where Ray was a 122 guy, used to fighting smaller guys. Valdez is a beast. His only loss is to Stevenson. He's explosive, underrated defense at times. As many times he's been busted up. He's had some showings of head movement, and he's got that huge left hook, and he's an explosive guy. He's not slow. Valdez is a beast. And then Navarrete, kind of like Ray Vargas, used to picking on small guys, but unlike Ray Vargas, a puncher who carries his power up. So those are all tougher fights to me a little bit than Ray Vargas, but I think they're all very winnable for Oshaki Foster. I just think he'd have to let his hands go a little bit more against those kind of guys. Black Ray Donovan confirming that, yes, Elijah Garcia did not thank Al Heyman. Well, that's the last time you'll see him then, Black Ray Donovan. He won't be invited back to the show. No, I'm just kidding. He'll be back, but I know these new guys, no appreciation. If this was 2013, They'd have stopped him right there as he left on the ring steps and said, hold on, sir. Get your ass back in that ring, and you need to thank a certain somebody. But 2023, I think it's not that serious now. CW said, didn't Hurd slap that boy Jamal at a fight like a year ago? What fight was that? Was that Canelo versus Plant? He didn't slap him. I think he pushed him, right? I think, Chad, didn't Jared Hurd push Jamal Charlo, and then a bunch of jawing happened and nothing came of it? But I'm pretty sure he didn't slap Jamal at the fight. Energy Coys TV, what's up, man? Good to see you. La La D. Anonymous Sports. Shout out to everyone. Don't Quote Us podcast. Are you going to be at that fight? Virgil versus Stanionis. I probably will be, it turns out. I wasn't going to be originally, but I looked at my schedule. I realized also it would be important to get to talk to De La Hoya and Hopkins a week removed from Ryan and Tank. And so I decided I'll probably be going down to Texas April 29th. You guys will probably get my round by round from ringside that night instead of the office. So Black Ray Donovan saying, and hilarious name, by the way. I never watched that show, but it is a hilarious screen name you got there. Benavidez will stop Caleb. I believe he will in the second half of that fight after Caleb pieces him up early, but you got to worry about David being overconfident and dismissive of his opponent, and also his emotions getting the better of him. Those are some things to worry about, along with all the skills Caleb Plant brings going up against him. But I'm with you. I still think Benavidez is going to win. Black Ray Donovan letting me know that Tank is now almost a minus 400 favorite, almost a 4-1 favorite, minus 375. Yeah, when the odds opened, wasn't he just minus 210, 220? But those odds are going up now. Vegas is beginning to dare you to bet on Ryan, because the odds going that wide for Tank now is Vegas daring you to make the bet on Ryan, to bet on that left hook. Salute to you too, my man. Richard Ponce saying, shout out from Japan. Magsayo will win via knockout. Thank you, Richard, for being up in here, man. Don't Quote Us podcast saying, I'm rooting for Caleb Plant, but David Benavidez will most likely get it. I mean, that's how Vegas sees it. Vegas is right more often than not. But wasn't Caleb an underdog versus Kadagi? Didn't Vegas have him the underdog there? So, he's overcome some odds before. Lala D saying, I think Figueroa wins. I agree. Black Ray Donovan said, yeah, it was like minus 175 starting out, and you're crying. You should have made that was as good as it was ever going to get. You should have made your bet if you were thinking of betting. But to be honest, at 4-1, Ryan's a good bet. With that left hook and the size and the speed and the power, Ryan's a good bet. I got Tank winning the fight, but Ryan at those odds is a good bet. It's a good bet. Tank gets touched. He's been hit. And he's got to cut distance against that tall Ryan at some point, especially if he gives away rounds early like he tends to. That usually means he has to make up for it as the fight goes on, and that means he has to come forward and take chances. And maybe he walks into that hook that Ryan loves. But what's up, brother? Good to see you. Thank you. Yeah. Nostalgia. Enrique Luna saying, Sean, we need Lomachenko Haney in Las Vegas. Apparently we might. I guess Lomachenko said recently, yesterday or today, that he expects the fight to be in Vegas. So we'll see. Frankie. Ken asking, what do I think of Inoue versus Fulton? I'll get to that in just a moment on why I got to give the edge to Inoue. Well, I'll get to it now. Give the edge to Inoue. First of all, he's fighting at home. And I'm not just saying this because they're both from Asia. Maybe a little bit because they both entered the same orbit of thought in my head. But Inoue likes Pacquiao. And Inoue's not Pacquiao, but Inoue is a great little man. And he has a little bit of what Pacquiao had where, yeah, he's aggressive. And, yeah, you could take advantage of his aggressiveness. And you could touch him up and walk him into some shots and piece him and box well with the fundamentals and with the smarts and put some good shots on him. But then Pacquiao, when his offense comes in those waves and when he touches you, it has a different effect than when you touch him. And Pacquiao could make up for getting touched up for a minute, 2 minutes in a row of a round. And then with one burst, make your legs do a funny dance when he touches you and you just gave up the round after all that good work you did. And I expect that to happen a little bit in the Fulton fight. So I expect Fulton to box really well, but just enough rounds get away from him because of what I just said, that factor of speed and power and explosiveness in those waves that come throughout the fight, doing enough to offset the consistent good work of Stephen Fulton. I think Inoue wins the decision at home. So, yo, Frankie. Okay. Trying to see what my man Frankie had to say about Stan Jonas' interview. Lala D saying Cool Boy Steph after over Inoue. When Fulton outclasses Inoue, people will cry Fulton was too big. That would be messed up, Lala D. I certainly wouldn't. I'd give Fulton all the credit in the world. It would solidify him as top 10, maybe top 5 pound for pound guy. It would make him the best Philly fighter since Bernard hung him up. So no, I'm ready to give all the credit to Fulton and not say, well, Inoue was in his 4th weight class. And I mean, if I did bring something up like that, it would be to give credit to Inoue, not to take away from Fulton if he gets the job done. So, and he might have to dominate to get a decision over there. Here we go. And fight number 2, guys, co-main event time. Jarrett Hurd all the way, well, not all the way, but up at middleweight now, taking on Armando Resendez from Mexico. And this, I mean, a lot of fighters on the level of Resendez from Mexico. You know, they come forward, and he's starting off coming forward. Jarrett Hurd been trying to box more his last couple fights, and he is not the big bully in there tonight like we saw him at 54. This guy is just as big as he is. All right, and early on, it is Resendez taking Jarrett Hurd on the back foot here, taking the fight to him. Terrence Johnson saying, tell my guy, I'm going to Tank versus Garcia. I just don't know it's going to be in Vegas. Have you heard any updates on one venue in Vegas? I think, Terrence, I feel like it's going to be T-Mobile. It's been reported. It's definitely Vegas, so you're good to book your flight to Vegas for that weekend, Terrence. Oh, good left hook on the inside by Jarrett Hurd now as Resendez trying to bully him onto the ropes. But I feel like that fight's going to be T-Mobile. Your best bet is probably T-Mobile. So, yeah, Hurd's still fighting real boxing grind. He's on the back foot early on here in round 1, but he did land a good left hook on the inside. Resendez trying to take the fight to him. Now Hurd switching roles a little bit. He starts on the front foot behind his jab. Good uppercut on the inside by Resendez. Hurd returning a right hand. Hurd back on his back foot now. Trying to step in with a jab. Misses a left hook. Backs away again. Resendez getting Hurd on the ropes. Hurd firing a right hand and then getting into that clinch after landing that right hand for a little bit. Mark T said this fight will come down to who has more dog in them. Talking about Mark T, talking about our co-main event here or the main event? Lavoca 40, good to see you, man. Lala D. Adamas versus J-Rock will be interesting in the summer. I don't know if it'll be interesting, Lala, because I love J-Rock, but he may have very well seen better days. Last time I remember watching J-Rock, I was at I think it was Canelo Bivol card in May. It was a fight at T-Mobile last year in 2022, and he lost to a guy with about 4 losses in an 8-rounder. And so I'm not so sure if J-Rock at this stage of his career is still going to be able to compete with Adames, who's a hard-punching middleweight. And J-Rock was always a little chinny at 154, lost to a journeyman in the last year or so. So I don't know. Adames should win that fight. Goes in this first round here of Hurd and Resendez. Nice right hand to the body for Resendez off a double jab in the center of the ring. Hurd coming back with his jab. Resendez jabbing back to the body. That's a good round. Probably give the edge to Resendez there, even though Hurd did land some short shots on the inside, but Resendez took the fight to Hurd and finished up a little strong there. Oh, it is do or die for J-Rock, Lala. Absolutely. Jose de Hoyos Jr. saying Hurd used to be good, but takes too much beating. And if you're correct that he used to be good, it might be because of that style wasn't built to last long. There's only so many fights. That style has an expiration date. He had a tremendous chin at 154, man. And even though he's only had less than, I mean, this is 30 per, not even. This is his 27th professional fight, but he's already taken a lot of punishment in some of the title fights he was in. All right, round two. And again, I will elevate the voice some once we get to main event time, but it's a little quieter in the arena on the other side. Good uppercut on the inside and turning and pivoting his feet by Resendez on the inside. Now Hurd coming back with two left hooks. Two good left hook. Now good left hook back by Resendez. Good center ring action to start round two. Resendez pivoting off to his right and getting a left hook to the body. Now a nice right hook to the body. Coming back with his jab up top, finishing up a combination. Nice uppercut on the inside by Resendez. The left hook on the inside. Resendez giving Hurd some work here to start round two. Turning. Oh, nice right hand in the center of the ring for Resendez. Resendez, nice pivoting off a couple times on the inside to take a nice angle to land the shot. Now Jarrett Hurd in the phone booth where he was at his best as a super welterweight. Two nice underneath uppercuts to the body by Hurd. Now a nice right uppercut on the inside by Hurd, smothering the uppercut and Resendez. Center of the ring, double left hook by Resendez. He finishes to the body. Uppercut up top lands for Resendez. Hurd coming back with a 1-2-3 on the inside, but an uppercut lands for Resendez as well. Hard left hook to the body by Jarrett Hurd. Left hook up top by Jarrett Hurd. And a couple of body shots underneath by Jarrett Hurd. Hurd staying on top of Resendez now, backing him up. Resendez letting his jab go and a right hand behind it as Hurd comes forward. Now Hurd gets into the phone booth range, trying to shoulder roll in there. Referee warns that shot was to the hip by Resendez on the inside. Now they resume the action in the center of the ring. Competitive round two right now. Resendez with a little bit of the better of it. Double jab by Resendez, backing up now. Center of the ring. Hurd getting his right uppercut blocked. Resendez coming. Oh, big right uppercut that time, though, by Hurd. And then he finishes to the body and lands a right hand up top after doing a little shoe shine of the body. Nice uppercut by Hurd a moment ago. They trade jabs, and Hurd is coming forward now. Hurd eats the jabs, gets to the inside, eats a right hand in the body. Ooh, good left hand up top. Lands for Resendez, and he spins out of there to keep it in the center of the ring. The fight on the inside. Good right uppercut on the inside by Jarrett Hurd. Resendez coming back, touching him up top. Touching him up with a couple of left hooks and finishing with the right hand. Now right uppercut to the body for Resendez. Double left hook by Resendez. Started to the body and brought the second shot up top. Now he rips two uppercuts and finishes to the head again. Jarrett Hurd, nice stiff jab by Jarrett Hurd, trying to go back to his old style here to finish round two. Nice jab again by Jarrett Hurd. Resendez trying to back Hurd away with combinations. Hurd rip into the body and finishes with a right hand up top. Right uppercut, two right uppercuts by Jarrett Hurd in the right hand and the left hand. And that's how you finish a close round. I think Hurd finishing strong at the bell there probably did enough to convince the judges he won what was a really competitive round in round number two by him and Resendez. He loves the trade, Jose. Loves the trade. That's his style. That's what he's good at. Man, we got already 280 people rocking with us. Wait till main event time. Black Ray Donovan saying, Hurd is relentless. Got to be able to manage 12 rounds of relentless pressure. A black Antonio Margarito. He was. That's a very good description of him. He was a black Antonio Margarito. And maybe he can get back to that. He started to get cooking at the end of that second round there, did Jarrett Hurd. Yeah, good round, Jose. Absolutely. That was a good round. Raymundo Rendon Jr., no pay-per-view tonight, brother, just on Showtime. You got Showtime, tune into the fights tonight. No pay-per-view. All right, round three. Start in the center ring. Hurd has spent some time off the back foot, but began to fight on the front foot. as that second round went on. He started to land some good shots, good uppercuts. Resendez landed some good shots. He right uppercut lands for Jarrett Hurd. As Resendez takes a little step inside, he ate that uppercut. Hurd loosening up in there. Ooh, right uppercut just off for Jarrett Hurd. Almost walked in Resendez into it off the jab. Up jab by Jarrett Hurd. Another up jab. Ooh, nice hook off the jab that time by Jarrett Hurd. Off that up jab, hooking off of it. Hurd throwing a better jab to start round 3. I like it. Resendez getting Hurd along the ropes, but Hurd trying to walk him into a shot, it looks like. Hurd throwing that up jab to get off the ropes a couple times and back in the center of the ring. Good right hand to the body there. Throwing that uppercut to the body this time, Jarrett Hurd. Now a double jab by Resendez. Here they are in the center ring. Wait a minute. Media PR is coming by, folks. We can't get caught. One moment. One moment, people. One moment, people. I don't want to get caught. Good right uppercut in there by Jarrett Hurd again. Nice combination up top by Hurd. Although Resendez getting underneath a lot of those punches. But Baby G Gamacho said 2-zip Resendez. I don't think so. I think I had to give that last one to Hurd, but it was competitive. I thought Hurd came on strong enough to take it at the end of the round there. Hurd winning this third round so far. Starting to look like the guy who was world champion. Nice jab by Hurd. 2 or 3 up jabs there. Knocked the head back of Resendez. And Jarrett Hurd doing a little bit better out the shoulder roll tonight, but still getting touched. Hurd starting to look more comfortable working his angles out of the shoulder roll than he did when he first started trying to incorporate that into his style. Hurd, nice shoulder roll by Hurd. Oh, but then he gets touched up top, but he knifed that right uppercut to the body off the shoulder roll. Now a good jab by Hurd. Another good jab by Hurd in the center of the ring. Catches the jab down low. Oh, left hook, right hand coming back, though, by Resendez. Right hand to the body. He turns and pivots on the inside. Hurd, though, turns that time with him. Right uppercut to the body by Jarrett Hurd. 10 seconds left. Double jab by Resendez. He gets countered trying to jab his way in there. Got countered by the right hand of Hurd. Hurd looking more explosive there at the end of the third round. I gave that round to Jarrett Hurd as well. Beginning to look like the more, seasoned, explosive fighter in there. Shots are coming with a little more snap and zip on them as compared to Resendez, who's holding his own so far through 3. Marty Guerrero, thank you, brother. And it'll get better when we get closer to main event time. And I can raise this voice a little bit. Yeah, Jose, that was a nice right hand by Hurd. Hurd looking a little more. I like his up jab is starting to pop better now out of that shoulder roll. Yeah, there you see it here on the replay. Nice up jab by Jarrett Hurd, snapping and then getting just out of range for the jab coming back. And, he's doing it against a guy he can get away with from. But these are the kind of guys you got to practice some of the stuff you've been working on. And Jarrett looks better with some of his boxing skills tonight than when he first started incorporating it after that J-Rock loss. But he'll always get hit. Round 4 starting now. Hurd a little ahead in this fight on my card. Hurd starting to get in with his right hand, sometimes with the uppercut, sometimes over the top. Ooh, nice step in right there by Hurd off the uppercut and set up a right hand up top as he stepped in with a combination. Nice up jab by Hurd. Hurd really starting to work that jab from the hip. And also starting to catch the jab with the shoulder roll. Boom, boom, pop. Catching Resendez's jab out of that shoulder roll. Catch. And then when he tries to work his levels with the jab, catching it down here as well. And then that up jab coming bang like a piston from Hurd. Nice right hand to the body, though, by Resendez. He tries to pivot out. Nice footwork by Resendez sometimes to set up these body shots on the inside. He'll use his feet to shift his weight around. Oh, nice right uppercut on the inside by Hurd, but then he eats a right hand on the top of the head. But again, getting more comfortable with that shoulder roll on the inside is Jarrett Hurd. Nice right uppercuts again on the inside by Hurd, shooting it out of the shoulder like that. Nice up jab, sets up the left hook up the top, and then Hurd swipes down the 2 body shots on the inside. Now Resendez on the inside, letting his hands go in combination. Landing some right hands up top, but Hurd is rolling some of the steam off of him. Right hand still landing good enough that you see it 10 rows back. The head knocked up just a little bit of Hurd, but Hurd landing the cleaner, more head snapping shots and rolling something off of Resendez's shots on the inside right now. Resendez backing up, eating that jab after letting his hands go a little bit in combination, but Hurd taking some of the steam off. A nice double uppercut by Hurd on the inside, ripping it to the body and then bringing it up top. Another right uppercut on the inside by Hurd. Hurd's best shot right now, that right uppercut in close. Oh, no, he counters with that right uppercut this time as Resendez. Oh, another right uppercut on the inside by Jarrett Hurd. And then a 1-2-1-2 up top. Right uppercut on the inside, finishes with a left hook. The combination. Oh, right hand over the top of Resendez's jab lands for Hurd. Beautiful offense on the inside by Jarrett Hurd as he gets increasingly comfortable in there in the 4th round. Resendez landing a right hand and then finishing with his jab. Right hand to the body lands for Resendez, but Hurd not as affected by these shots, taking some of the steam off of him, whereas Resendez is eating those uppercuts full bore. Hurd along the ropes, Resendez trying to work. Mexican-American crowd trying to get behind him. Hurd along the ropes. Resendez missing with a left hook. Hurd dipping down out of that shoulder roll. Returns fire with 3 swiping punches up top. Sweeping the right hand. Sweeping the left hook. Sweeping the right hand. Hurd doing some nice stuff against the guy he's supposed to look good against. Resendez getting Hurd in the corner and tries to pound away, but not as accurate as Jarrett Hurd and as effective and as sharp as Jarrett Hurd on the inside. It's another Jarrett Hurd round. Playing a little James Brown here in the arena. Little big payback. Little Riddick Bowe in the rematch with Holyfield walkout song. Western Groove said, who's fighting right now? Jarrett Hurd and Armando Resendez of Mexico. And I said Mexican-American. He's actually Mexican, excuse me. Dimitri Bivol, who's the best 170 fighter for you, bro? That would be yourself, Dimitri. Although better be as a master. But I would have yourself, Dimitri, as the best light heavyweight. Did I hear correct on the announcements that Miguel Cotto is coming back along with a few other guys? I haven't heard that yet, chat. I haven't heard nothing about that. I'll check. Hurd versus Resendez. Yeah, it's a good one, man. We go in the 5th. And Hurd distancing himself a little bit in these last 2 rounds with that right uppercut. Sharper puncher on the inside. A little more snap on those shots than Resendez. Hurd starting off with the jab, trying to hook off the jab. Resendez keeping his right hand up and eats that jab. Resendez stepping in with a left hook. Hurd trying to come back with a right uppercut. 2 jabs by Resendez. Nice right hand to the body by Resendez. Worked behind his jab, but then Hurd comes back with a snapping double jab and chopping right hand behind it. Resendez coming back with a left hook to the body. Resendez shooting that uppercut, spins off and eats that jab from Hurd. Nice 1-2 by Hurd. Or double jab, actually, setting up that right hand by Hurd. Hurd having a nice jab tonight. But it's with a guy who's in front of him constantly, but still. Nice up jab by Hurd. Hurd's the one on the front foot now. He started the fight on the back foot, but he's the one taking the fight. Ooh, what a right uppercut to the body for Jarrett Hurd. That was getting great leverage with that height on those uppercuts. Ooh, what a left hook to the body by Jarrett Hurd. Touched with the jab to set up. Right uppercut on the inside again by Jarrett Hurd. Not dismayed by the inside work of Resendez and busting him with by far the more cleaner eye-catching shot. What a combination on the inside by Jarrett Hurd, showing some nice combinations. Came up with the uppercut, left hook, right hand. Throwing inside shots is Jarrett Hurd on the inside. Uppercuts, finishing up with left hooks. Beautiful stuff here in round 5 right now by Jarrett Hurd. Resendez holding his own, but the fight is getting taken to him, and he's getting backed up now and eating the bigger shots. Some of this inside work by Jarrett Hurd is exquisite. A better fighter would make him pay defensively, but offensively, he's showing some nice stuff here on the inside. Ooh, uppercuts to the body, left hook up top for Jarrett Hurd. Backs comes Resendez. They're fighting in the phone booth, but those uppercuts are lifting up the head of Resendez, and Hurd also finishing up with the left hook, sometimes in the body, sometimes up top. We call that the 4-3. The 4 being the uppercut, the 3 being that lead hook. Left hook up top for Jarrett Hurd on the inside. Right hand sweeps the right hand on the inside. Resendez coming back with combinations, but they're getting less and less accurate as this fight goes on. Now, at that time, though, he gets in a right uppercut, but Hurd, body language-wise, isn't worried about what's coming back. Oh, there's a right hand by Resendez, straight right hand, after letting his punches go in combinations, but Hurd sometimes letting him shoot off shots and wait for his moments to pick his spots with accuracy. And there, Hurd does it there. Right uppercut, left hook, straight right hand. Back comes Resendez with a left hook on the inside. Resendez letting his hands go a lot down the stretch, but eats a counter right hand for opening up. They trade left hooks on the inside. Hurd getting the better of it. 1-2 by Hurd, and they trade left hooks at the bell. Resendez catching it, but that's another Jarrett Hurd round. Doing what he was expected to do against this opponent and looking better as it goes on. Anonymous Sports PH saying it's toe-to-toe. It is toe-to-toe. Amir Liggins putting the Swift emojis in the chat. Yes, sir. Testing. Since when did Drake Bell get into boxing? Testing. I would say 2003. That's when myself, Drake Bell, got into it. JP, what's it at? It's at middleweight. And I got Hurd ahead, man. That first round was close. So was the second, but 3, 4, and 5 were Hurd. Hurd has been out for a minute, Jose, and working on some augmentations to his style. Trying to box more skills instead of just being a bully. He has to do that against middleweights. He's not at 54 anymore. And looking good. Rounds 3, 4, and 5 I like from Jarrett Hurd. I like that inside offense. Love the uppercuts. Love the left hook. Love the up jab. And the way he concludes combinations with the right hand, sometimes sweeping it. Double jab by Resendez. Backs Hurd up to start, but Hurd looks so comfortable in there. Catches a jab to the midsection and shoots that up jab to knock the head up as Resendez walks to him. This is the style Hurd likes. The guy that comes right to him from Mexico, but he looks better tonight than he did against Luis Arias. Nice jab landing for Resendez. Jab to the body. Now another jab lands for Resendez. Gets Hurd near the ropes. Bangs with the left hook to the body off the right uppercut up top. Shots not getting in completely clean, but some decent work by Resendez. Hurd stepping off those ropes into the center of the ring now. They trade jabs. Resendez being a little more active here in the first minute. Oh, but he eats a right uppercut on the inside. Hurd misses the second right uppercut. Resendez working his left, working his right. Jab, right hand. Then a left hook to the body, but back comes Hurd. Swiping right hand in the exchange that lands for Jarrett Hurd, walking Resendez into it. Resendez missing a right uppercut on the inside, keeping his head low, staying on top of Hurd. Hurd near the ropes. Hurd right hand to the body by Resendez, brings the left hook up top. Good stuff by Resendez. Now Resendez throwing a hook to the body. Resendez outworking Jarrett Hurd here in the first half of round 6. Feels like Hurd is just staying on top of him, waiting to explode with those uppercuts and that inside work. But Resendez outworking a right uppercut on the inside, shifts his feet. Catches the 1-2 by Hurd, keeps working. They trade jabs. Resendez not giving up on his jab, despite getting out jab. Good right uppercut to the body on the inside for Resendez, and then a straight right hand up top. Straight right hand again for Resendez, and an uppercut inside for Resendez. Hurd taking these shots very well, though, and not taking the full brunt of them. Now, Resendez eats a right hand, but comes back with 2 or 3 shots that gets the crowd on his side. Resendez working on the inside, right uppercut. Lands a left hook on the inside. Tries to hook to the body. This is Resendez's round. Big right uppercut on the inside. Knocked the sweat off of Resendez's head, but he replies with combinations. He doesn't want this round to get away from him. 1-2 lands for Resendez, and he backs Hurd away in the center of the ring. Right uppercut lands for Resendez. Another right uppercut and a left hook up top. Hurd missing with his left hook in response. Lands a right uppercut back. Hurd smothering Resendez along the ropes now, trying to get some get back, but this round looks like it got away from him. 15 seconds left. Big right uppercut for Jarrett Hurd. Knocks the sweat clean off of Resendez's head. It's not out of the question that right uppercut, along with the 20 seconds before that, that was Resendez's sixth round, he outworked Jarrett Hurd, outpunched him, outlanded him, but those two right uppercuts that knocked the sweat clean off his head could have been enough to get Jarrett Hurd the round. And that's what they're showing on the big screen here, are those uppercuts from Jarrett Hurd. Those are the most eye-catching shots. Let's take a look again on the big screen. Yep, that right uppercut by Jarrett Hurd, but then a right hand in response and a left hand and a right uppercut back and another right uppercut back on the replay, all for Resendez. So maybe those two big right uppercuts not enough to offset that consistent work in the sixth. Oh, what a right uppercut on that replay, though, by Hurd. That knocked the sweat clean off his head and knocked his chin straight in the air. Resendez waved him on after that, said, come on, that's nothing. I gave that round to Resendez, but those two best shots of the round were definitely Jarrett Hurd. Oof, good action, though. What do I think is the best fight night, JP? For when it came out, round 2. For if you were to play it today, probably round 4 or champion. I'm playing undisputed now, though. All right, round 7. Here we go. They are both landing uppercuts, Weedy. Jarrett's are better, but Resendez is landing his fair share uppercuts. I gave that 6th round to Resendez. Here we are in the 7th. Hurd back in the corner, back in the rope, sweeping away, getting underneath the left hook, getting away from the right hand, back into the center of the ring. Resendez fighting a determined fight, lands a jab, tries to shoot the right hand after that. Hurd trying to counter with the right uppercut with his back in the corner, and Resendez trying to get his way out of this clinch and push the pace. Resendez with a left downstairs, sweeps the right hand up top, tries to throw a right hand again, misses it, but brings the left hook back to the body with Hurd along the ropes. Hurd getting his shots blocked. Now he shoots a 1-2 through the guard. Now they trade jabs, and that jab knocked the head up of Resendez. Resendez with 3 uppercuts on the inside. Hurd smothering some of the leverage off of it, but they still get in. Hurd with a right uppercut to the body, staying on top of Resendez. Resendez coming back with 2 right uppercuts on the inside. It's an uppercut fest by both guys. Resendez is outworking Hurd on the inside right now, though, letting his hands go a little bit more. Right uppercut on the inside for Resendez. Left hook misses up top. Touching with the right again. Here comes Hurd back in combination, but good defense by Resendez this time, not eating those uppercuts. Resendez lands a left hand up top. Tries to keep fighting behind his jab. Right hand to the body, back by Jarrett Hurd. Right hand up top for Resendez, and another left hand up top. And those are straight shots he's landing to keep Hurd back and pin, to keep Hurd on the back foot. Trying to take good double left hook after a combination by Resendez. Brought the left hook up top to the head after landing to the body. Hurd getting outworked again in the 7th round. Only a minute left before you know it. The trade shots. Hurd lifting up the head of Resendez. Oh, nice left uppercut, right hand by Hurd on the inside. Knocked the sweat clean off of Resendez, who continues to outwork him. But the cleaner shots by Jarrett Hurd. Some shots landing on the inside for Resendez, too. A good left hook to the body by Resendez, punching off combination. Right hand back to the body by Jarrett Hurd. Digging with that body shot. Now it's Hurd who has him along the ropes. But Resendez turning him and turning back and firing combinations as he turned to Hurd back on the ropes. Resendez, 30 seconds left. Oh, right hand lands in the exchange for Jarrett Hurd. They traded, and that straight right hand got in for Jarrett Hurd. Resendez along the ropes. Eats a left hook, but comes back with a combination and 2 right hands up top. Straight right hands off the ropes. Good exchanges on the inside. Resendez getting off. Oh, hard right uppercut on the inside by Jarrett Hurd. Resendez letting go of his hands on the inside. Lands a left hook. Eats a huge left hook, but he is battering Jarrett Hurd with more. Hurd backing away. And that's 2 rounds in a row for Resendez where he wouldn't be denied with his work rate. Those uppercuts are knocking the sweat clean off his head, but he walks through them and returns fire. Huge left hook, straight right hand by Jarrett Hurd on the replay on the big screen that knocked the sweat right off the head of Resendez. Again, the most eye-catching shots of the round belong to Hurd, but he ate a lot of shots. Here on the replay, right uppercut smothered a little bit. Left jab gets in for Resendez. Another jab gets in. He touches with the right hand up top. So right uppercut gets smothered a little bit, but Resendez landing and throwing more in 6 and 7, I think doing just enough to offset the cleaner, eye-catching, head-snapping shots of Hurd that were fewer and far between. Hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. Yeah, good round, but Hurd is losing, says Tara Sims. He did look a little tired there at the end, Baby G. Baby G Camacho saying Hurd looking tired. He did look a little tired at the way he backed away at the end of the 7th. Round 8 of a scheduled 10. Ooh, straight right hand lands for Hurd, and Hurd using some of his legs to evade off the ropes there. Shoots a jab to the body, shoots a right uppercut to the body, falls into the clinch, and then they trade up top with a right hand each. Neither guy getting it in too clean there. Hurd back along the ropes. Resendez tries to let his hands go, but Hurd, decent defense, steps off, touches with the right hand. Actually touched Resendez with the lead right hand there. Didn't put a lot of snap on it. Now Resendez getting Hurd in the corner again, but Hurd using upper body movement to make him miss his combinations. Nice left uppercut by Jared Hurd. Resendez walking into it, not full leverage on it. Oh, now right uppercut by Hurd again with his back off the ropes. He steps off the ropes. Resendez has got to push the pace again. Resendez gets Hurd along the ropes, but not able to make him pay enough. Hurd back in the center of the ring, looking a little more tired now. Hurd back along the ropes. Resendez in that high guard. Hurd with his hands low. Hurd landing that right uppercut, kind of tiredly moving that upper body along the ropes. Oh, huge right uppercut by Jared Hurd. Huge right uppercut. That knocked the sweat clean off Resendez's head, and he just keeps coming forward. Hurd getting underneath the combinations with his back along the ropes this round. Resendez not able to be accurate this round after a good 6th and 7th. A little over a minute left in the round. It's a Hurd round. That right uppercut was monstrous. I can't believe Resendez just walked right through it, or that Hurd didn't try to follow it up. Hurd back along the ropes, slipping and dodging along the ropes. Resendez still has him along the ropes, misses the right hand, misses the left hook. Hurd just dipping down, despite that tall frame, dipping down away from shots. Hurd continues to dip away from shots and is back along the ropes. Now they clinch along the ropes, and Resendez trying to work that free right hand. They get out of the clinch, 40 seconds left. Looks like a Hurd round right now. Another right uppercut lands for Hurd, but he eats an overhand right. Oh, and the right hand lands again for Resendez with Hurd along the ropes. It's just overhand right, punching across the top. Tries to just misses with it again, does Resendez. Now doubles the left hook, lands the left hook with Hurd along the ropes, lands a right hand with Hurd along the ropes, letting his punches come out in combinations, not just trying to land any one perfect shot. Hurd along the ropes eats another right hand with 10 seconds left. Nice left hook to the body by Resendez. They trade jabs. Resendez touches him with a right hand again with Hurd along the ropes. Hurd trying to spring up with a left hook and gets it blocked. That's still Hurd's round, but a strong finish by Resendez. A strong finish, but Hurd with that monstrous right uppercut halfway through the round. That was a shoryuken for you guys that play Street Fighter like I do. That was he hit him with the Ken Fire uppercut with the shoryuken. It was a 1-2 by Hurd. Then he took a step back into the ropes, ate a jab, and landed a monster right uppercut. The same kind of right uppercut that Tyson Fury knocked out Dillian White with. And Resendez, the tough Mexican, walked right through it. And later in the round, he nailed Hurd with Hurd's back along the ropes with a sweeping overhand right. That was a big shot for him in return. Hell of a fight. 2 rounds left. I think Hurd is ahead, but it's a hell of a fight. Leo Santa Cruz is in the building ringside. Baby G says Hurd just gave up round 8. Maybe he did, but I thought he still did enough in the middle of that round to win it. I gave 6 and 7 to Resendez, but I gave 8. I gave round 8 to Jared Hurd. Here we go now in round 9. 2 Fawn scores. I got Hurd ahead. I didn't score the first and second closely enough. I gave 3, 4, and 5, and 8 to Hurd, and I gave 6 and 7 to Resendez. Rounds 1 and 2, before we really got into the scoring of it, were competitive. So I do expect Hurd to be a little ahead right now. Oh, nice double left hook to the body lands for Jared Hurd, but back comes Resendez with the left hook up top. Both fighters getting off to the body. Resendez coming back with 2 body shots and finishing up top. Nice left hook to the body by Hurd, but he eats a 1-2 in response, and 2 left hooks to the body back by Resendez. Hurd touching with the right hand of the body on the inside, but Resendez more active to start round 9. Nice right uppercut on the inside by Hurd, but a left hook on the inside lands. for Resendez, and then a double left hook where he finishes to the body. Hurd trying to come back and pin him on the ropes, but good defense keeping his hands up by Resendez. These guys near the center of the ring, leaning on each other in the phone booth range. They trade jabs. Left hook, right uppercut, left uppercut on the inside for Resendez, but a lot of it gets blocked. 2 hard body shots by Jarrett Hurd. Really committing to the left hook and the right hook to the body that time. He eats a jab up top after landing him. Oh, nice right hand on the inside from Resendez. A little touch jab, sets up a straight right hand. Another jab, right hand lands for Resendez. He eats the uppercut in return, but comes right back. Right uppercut, left hook on the inside from Resendez. Straight right hand, misses the jab. He is out punching Jarrett Hurd right now in the ninth. Nice left hook to the body by Resendez after landing up top. Right uppercut, left hook to up top for Resendez. Left hook to the body. Hurd coming back, but not as active. Left hook up top for Resendez. Lands again. Hurd covering up. Huge left hook to the body by Jarrett Hurd, but 1 punch at a time right now in the ninth. Left hook up top lands for Resendez. It looks like 2 right uppercuts on the inside for Resendez. They trade left hooks, and Hurd gets in a big left hook, but Resendez walking through it. What action on the inside. 2 body shots by Hurd. Back comes Resendez with better shots. 2 left hooks, and he finishes the second one up top. Right uppercut lands for Resendez and a couple of jabs in close. Hurd missing with a big left hook and eats a 1-2 in response. Big round for Resendez. Double left hook for Resendez. He eats a right hand, but doesn't let him stop him. Crowd is starting to come to their feet in this fight. It's such an exchange on the inside. 30 seconds left. Oh, right hand on the inside for Jarrett Hurd, but Resendez won't be denied this round. Exchanges on the inside. Right hand lands on the inside for Resendez off a left hook, but back comes a right hand in response. A sweeping right hand by Jarrett Hurd. Resendez letting his hands go in combination up top. Hurd covering up. Big left hook to the body by Hurd, but he eats 2 left hooks up top. Right uppercut lands for Resendez, and a jab backs Hurd onto the ropes. Right uppercut lands for Resendez. A left hook up top. Hurd lands a big jab, and they trade at the bell. That's a Resendez round. Hell of a fight. 1 round left, and it feels like it could be anyone's fight. I do think Hurd maybe is a round ahead. We will see in the 10th. Weedy Gonzalez saying Hurd looks like his legs are gone. Big Lazaro saying Hurd is on his way to being Meldrick Taylor 2.0. Anonymous Sports PH says Resendez is the one winning this fight. Showtime has Resendez up, says Baby G Gamacho. Okay, I'm cool with that. Hurd looks a little lethargic, says Milton Dobie. Good to have you, Milton, in there. And he's been looking a little lethargic from the J-Rock fight on. Some of these are close rounds where Hurd's big right uppercuts that knock the sweat off could, maybe get him the benefit of the doubt, being the A side and whatnot as well. I am Commodore War saying Resendez has won this fight. Milton Dobie got a 77-74 Resendez. Totally fine with that card. Referee calling for time to start this 10th and final round. Some chance of Mexico breaking out throughout the arena. They want their guy to come up big in the 10th and pull this upset off. And that's it. They stop the fight. Jarrett Hurd gets a look at from the doctor. The bleeding from his mouth is so profuse, they stop the fight. It's a 10th round TKO for Armando Resendez of Mexico. Woo. Resendez, he withstood a good middle portion of the fight by Jarrett Hurd. Hurd won rounds 3, 4, and 5. Was landing some huge right uppercuts. And somehow Resendez kept walking through those right uppercuts, and he stops Jarrett Hurd. The doctor doesn't let Hurd come out for the 10th. Too much blood coming from that mouth of Jarrett Hurd. Lots of blood coming from the mouth of Jarrett Hurd. Those defensive lapses costing him once again. Man. What a fight. What a fight. It's a 10th round stoppage for Armando Resendez. And the crowd loves it. This Mexican crowd who's here to support Brandon Figueroa tonight, they're hyped. It's an upset, not a huge upset. Jarrett Hurd, not as highly regarded as he was when he was the champ. He's taking some L's taking the L to Arias already, but still an upset. 280 out of 780 for Resendez, 228 out of 562 punches. So Resendez was outlanding and out-throwing Jarrett Hurd. But Jarrett Hurd, with those uppercuts, was still in the fight. Curious to see how the judges had this at the time of the stoppage. To me, it was a competitive fight throughout, but Hurd couldn't keep up with that pace once we got to the final part of the fight. What a fight, says Sonia Dumas. Absolutely. Resendez, tough champ, says Jose De Hoyos. That's why Sean got on red, white, and green. Says, I didn't even realize I did. You're right. Between the Mighty Duck, I do, I guess, right? I didn't even know that. I got my UNLV shirt on underneath, and you're right. It does work out to be the colors of Mexico. All right, round 10. Battle Truth's hairline says Jarrett Hurd still defends with his head. Indeed, he does. He does tend to use his chin as his defense, or his head. You're right, his head. Because to his credit, chin was tucked. He didn't eat a lot of shots on the chin tonight. It was here, and here, the mouth that made the fight stop. I am Cam Edwards saying it was a very competitive fight, but Resendez pushed the pace and hit the gas on him. He did. He pulled away in those last couple rounds. He had to, because he wasn't beating Hurd punch for punch. He wasn't as accurate as Hurd. Hurd still almost landed as many punches as he did, even though throwing 200 less. So Hurd was more accurate, but Resendez decided, okay, I'll outland you and now throw you 3 or 4 to 1. And that's, once he started doing that in the 7th and 8th, it turned the fight around for him. And he wins. Yo, Frankie, I was trying to call you. How was the Stanionis thing? He don't talk much. Like, he's not gonna say, yeah. Sonia said, Sean, you got a little Mexican in you. Indeed. Wife's Mexican, son's Mexican. Definitely. Do I think Hurd is overrated? No, I mean, he is what he was. I think the lesson to learn with Hurd, and again, he was the champ at 154, gave us some great fights with Erislandy Lara and Tony Harrison. So he beat some top, I mean, those two guys I just named are legit guys, Tony Harrison and Erislandy Lara. But, you know, he's the guy that style he was effective with in becoming a champion. It wasn't going to translate to 160 pounds against bigger guys, and it wasn't going to last long. Taking the kind of punishment he did in winning those fights against guys like Lara and Harrison. So his style, you know, beating guys in the manner he was beating them, it had a short shelf life, a small window, and he made the most of it. So, you know, I don't think he was overrated. I think he got the most out of himself at 154, made the most of his size, which was one of his best attributes, his chin. And he gets to, you know, when it's all said and done, he wasn't just a world title holder at 54. He was the legit champion. He won 2 belts and was the ring champ. So if anything, he despite his great size advantage, he overachieved. Sebastian Fundora may never, you know, beat a Jermell Charlo, may never become the champion of the division like he once was, and he's even bigger than him. So I don't think he was overrated. I don't think he's a underachiever. He had a short window to be effective with that style in that weight class, and he made the most of it until, you know, he couldn't anymore against J-Rock, and now against middleweight, he tried to make some adjustments and use the shoulder roll more and box more. And had some success with it tonight, finally, but then couldn't hold. All of a sudden, that great gas tank he had at 54 wasn't there tonight at 60. Hasn't been there at 60 against Arias or in this fight. So, but no, he did really well for himself, becoming the champ at 54 until J-Rock and then Jason Rosario and then Charlo got to those belts. But what weight is this fight? Was this fight at? Oh, Weedy, this was at middle. Yeah, this is at middleweight. I am Cam Edwards at Hurd, just not the fighter he used to be anymore. Well, I mean, again, you can't expect that style to hold up long term. Jeremiah, good to see you, Jeremiah. Who do I got in the main? I got Figueroa, man. If Magsayo can't hurt him with the right hand, then it's going to be a long night, man. He needs to have some big moments with the right hand. Not even necessarily drop him or knock him out, but he's got to hurt him early with that right hand, get his attention with it, get his respect. Because if Figueroa eats that right hand, And I don't see Magsayo being able to hold up to the pace over, and beat him over 12 rounds with the amount of punches and relentlessness that Figueroa brings. And he's probably going to rehydrate tonight 15 pounds to 140 pounds. He's probably going to be almost a welterweight once he rehydrates. So I got Figueroa, but Magsayo is a better athlete than him, a little more explosive, more, that up and down bounce and the Filipino explosiveness they're known for. He's a little more explosive than Figueroa. And Figueroa's got a leaky defense. He gets hit a lot, and he's never fought a strong, explosive 126-pounder. So when you combine the right-hand power of Magsayo, the fact that Figueroa has a leaky defense, he's never fought a strong featherweight before, Magsayo could pull this thing off, but I got Figueroa. We'll have to see. R Fox mixed video saying Magsayo will win. The Plug 88 said Hurd got beat up from post to pillar, period. He won those middle rounds 3, 4, and 5, so he was in the fight, but Highness, what's up, Highness? Good to see you, Highness, once again, saying you got Figueroa as well. Yep. Hurd lost. Stop making excuses. Come on and move on. He lost. No excuses. Just giving him some credit for what he's done up until this point. So, Killy Millie said didn't expect this at all. Hurd didn't even hurt him. I know. The way he walked through some of those right uppercuts with Sindez was freakish. He ate them shits. One of them knocked his head completely up, just like it did Tyson Fury, Dillian White, just like it did when Joshua hit Vlad Klitschko. Knocked the head straight up. Just walked right through it. Noah Aguero saying, with Magsayo losing his last fight, do I think he needs to win this fight to be one of the top in the weight class? Yeah, absolutely. He wants to stay in the top 5. And tonight is for an interim world title, then Ray Vargas's title, then yeah, he's got to win this tonight, man. You don't want to have back-to-back losses when he had all this momentum going after beating Gary Russell and Julio Ceja. He was like on Fight Hype. We keep calling him the Pacquiao protege. And that was getting him some hype, some buzz. But if he loses tonight, that buzz he had built up, a lot of it's gone. So the Filipinos are a very loyal fan base. If you win a big fight, they're back with you. So he could always, even if he loses tonight, he could always reestablish that. The Philippines, they support their fighters quite a bit. So he has a great foundational fan base, but them, like everybody else, loves a winner. So as much as they do like Mark Magsayo, he can't lose tonight and keep any kind of momentum going. If he loses in a war, if it's a fight of the year, Marquez Pacquiao, Morales Pacquiao type of war, and he loses, his stock will still go up back home in the Philippines, but only if he loses a very competitive, very great fight. Otherwise he needs a dub tonight. Both fighters are coming off losses, says Baby G. Although Brandon was able to knock out Carlos Castro in his first fight at featherweight, and it looks pretty good. So Brandon did get a win since losing that Fulton fight. The Plug 88 saying Brandon Figueroa will beat Magsayo to the body. He's a hell of a body puncher. Relly Espiritu says, I like Figueroa's sister. Pretty beautiful. But you know what? Tonight, if Brandon wins, I got to ask her about the job she's doing, because this guy throws almost 100 punches around. He never gets tired. He's relentless. I want to ask Omira after the fight about the job she's done as a strength and conditioning coach after the fight. Get her some shine there instead of just all the talks being about, people thinking she's good looking. Sonia Dumas said, I had Brandon winning against Cool Boy Fulton. Some people did ringside that night. My man Ryan Burton, who I definitely respect big time from boxing scene, ringside rider, he had Figueroa winning. And he said, look, Figueroa hurt Fulton multiple times in the fight, multiple times. To me, those close rounds where he was outlanded, but he hurt Fulton, he deserved the nod. So that was a very close fight for Stephen Fulton. I thought he edged it out. On the inside with clean punching, but that fight could have went to Figueroa, and no, it wouldn't have been controversial. That was a close fight. But I did edge it out to Fulton. He was landing some clean head snapping shots on the inside, not with the kind of power and the way Figueroa was hurting him to the body repeatedly, but the judges scored Fulton's clean shots, especially that the 4 threes he kept landing when he was forced to dog it out on the inside with Figueroa. The right uppercut left hook, the 4-3 that won him the fight on the inside. Weedy Gonzalez says Magsayo got that quagmire chin. It's got a good chin. And I know the reference to Family Guy, but Baby G saying it's all about Figueroa's diet. Still got to worry about Figueroa with that DUI. You know, if he's drinking in between fights, that could have an effect on all that great punishment he's able to take. But he's so young. Pinoy Crypto saying the only ones who think Magsayo's going to win are Filipinos. Well, like I said, they're a loyal bunch. They support their fighters. And if you win a big one as an upset, like you're on. They put you on. You're on the radar. Raimundo Rendon saying Lubin couldn't hold up. I don't think Magsayo can. You take it, Erickson Lubin, all the way back to the Fundora fight. That's a minute ago now, almost a year. HJ said no cap. I thought Figueroa won too. Back to the Fulton fight. Yeah, he had an argument, man. He hurt Fulton multiple times in that fight, especially to the body. Christopher Martinez saying shout out from South Texas, the Rio Grande Valley. Shout out to you, my man. Hurd didn't use his height or reach tonight. Respect to Resendez. He did at times pocket with the up jab, but yeah, for the most part, he landed some nice up jabs. He had the better jab, but he wore down the stretch of the fight, man, and wasn't able to be as physically dominant on the inside against middleweights as he was at 154. But yeah, he didn't really use his height, but he did. Sometimes he did with the jab. He did out jab Resendez, but that wasn't enough to win the fight. Cubo giving us some Mexican and Filipino flags on the chat. What a great, man. I grew up loving that rivalry. Like, that was the rivalry for me growing up, going to fights in Vegas, like Morales Pacquiao, Marquez Pacquiao. Ferrero wasn't competitive with Pacquiao, but they fought twice. And when I was growing up, that was the Mexico-Puerto Rico rivalry. You know, since, you know, Trinidad Vargas, De La Hoya, Trinidad, that was 99, 2000. But by the time we got into the real thick of the 2000s, Mexico, Philippines supplanted Mexico, Puerto Rico as the best rivalry, you know? And then, of course, Mexico, America is a great rivalry. Sammy Kwan saying Figueroa and Mark have similar styles, but Figueroa has more dog in them. We saw that in the Fulton fight. I expect a late stoppage by Figueroa, says Sammy Kwan. And Las Vegas has Figueroa minus 300. So Vegas has Figueroa winning this fight too. Highness says, my man Highness saying, I like Mark Magsayo. I see him doing something, but believe Figueroa steals the show in the late rounds. Right. I'm with you, Highness. I think Magsayo is going to be in this fight. I think he may even buzz Brandon Figueroa, but not do enough with that right hand to stop Figueroa's output. And once Figueroa gets that output up there in the thick of the fight, it's going to be tough to take rounds off of him for Magsayo, whose offense comes and goes. But shout out, new 147 says, shout out Bestra Palubo. Weedy Gonzalez saying, shout out Chicago, the land of Clubber Lang. Shout out to Chicago, the land of Common Sense, one of my favorite rappers. Pocket says, it's the night of the young guns, Garcia, Resendez, and now the main. All good fights so far. They have been good fights. That opener with Amilcar Vidal and Elijah Garcia. Elijah Garcia making a name for himself out of Arizona. 14-0, 12 knockouts at middleweight, and takes out Amilcar, who was, 16-0, 12. Amilcar was the guy with the hype. And he took him out in 4. So, and then in that co-main just now, that was a war for 9 rounds. So, and this fight should be more of the same. So, and we got a healthy crowd in. The upper bowl is vacant, but looks like we got, I want to say about 2,500 people here tonight, maybe 3,000. I'll let you guys know when they hand it out to us ringside. the official numbers for tonight. Noah Aguero saying, shout out to Gotcha Boxing in Windsor, Colorado. You got it, brother. Sano Rosales saying, I can't read your shout out, brother. Anonymous Sports PH says, golpe por golpe. Vamos. Yeah. Punch for punch. Mano y mano all night. So now we're just set. Baby G Gamacho says it's been a great card tonight. It has been. There's been good action throughout. A lot of these Showtimes triple headers deliver the action. So 400 people up in the chat, almost ready for main event time. They're turning the lights out. And it's almost main event time, ladies and gentlemen. Almost time for the fun stuff. As someone pointed out to me, I inadvertently do have Mexican colors on tonight. So maybe it's an omen. Maybe Figueroa really will handle his business tonight. I put it on without realizing. Trout Lara was not the same fighter when Hurd beat them. Sonia said that about Trout and Lara. Yeah, Trout wasn't. Trout wasn't. But Trout put up a hell of a fight that night. He let his hands go until his chest almost beat out of his chest. But Trout fought his heart out that night. I remember that, even though he wasn't, he has seen better days. And then Lara still though is showing he's still a dangerous practitioner. His legs aren't what they once were. We saw that in the Brian Castano fight as well, which was either one fight before Hurd or after. I think before it. It might have been after though. And so, we see that his legs aren't the same, but he's still sniping motherfuckers with that straight left hand at middleweight. So Hurd is still a problem. Lara is still a very formidable fighter. So, Hurd didn't beat him at his peak, but he still beat him when he was functioning at a very high level. Trout was more past it than Lara was by the time Hurd beat him. Mark Magsayo coming out to Don't Stop Believing from Journey, giving us the Sopranos finale vibes is Mark Magsayo. And that did not end well for Tony Soprano. He did get shot, by the way, by the dude coming out the bathroom. That is the ending, by the way. Anyways, yeah, some Journey from Mark Magsayo. Talk about embracing the American culture as he's immigrated himself from the Philippines. And definitely got some Filipino fans here tonight. It's going to be more Mexican fans down here in Ontario, but he's got some too. Boulevard with shadows setting in the night. There you go, Weedy. They're also the Italian colors. And I am Italian, so there we go. Living just a fine emotion. Yeah. Guys getting a little karaoke on the live, getting everything, man. Getting everything. Get a little Tony Sopranos references. If you didn't know what the fade to black was at the end, I just revealed it to you. Dude came out of the bathroom and shot Tony dead right there. I'll give it to you all on the Fight Hype Live. All right, so Magsayo is in the ring. Had his little epic journey, Don't Stop Believing ring walk. And here comes Brandon Figueroa, 3-1 favorite tonight. Gonna have more of the crowd on his side fighting in Southern California. Large Mexican and Mexican-American fan base. And he's coming out to Heartbreaker, that famous song. I think who was that, by Blondie? Or not Blondie, but, you're a heartbreaker. Always a good, I think this is Blondie that did Heartbreaker. I'll look it up, chat. You know what, though? I was thinking, and no, it's Pat Benatar. It's coming out to Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar. Here's the thing, though, guys. My man needs to maybe come out to Heartbreaker by Led Zeppelin. Maybe even Heartbreaker by Mariah Carey. What do we think, man? He's got a couple. You get the Pat coming out to this version of Heartbreaker's cool, but maybe to mix it up, he does the Mariah Carey with Jay-Z Heartbreaker. Maybe he brings out the Led Zeppelin, comes out to that Heartbreaker. But here he is in the ring now. Brandon Figueroa, one of the most, maybe the closest thing we have to Antonio Margarito in today's boxing. 23, 1-1, 18 knockouts. He is the favorite tonight. We have the interim WBC title on the line. The winner faces Ray Vargas for the full title. And Mexican colors in for Brandon Figueroa, who is expected to win tonight, but not a huge favorite. And he's never faced a puncher like Mark Magsayo with the physical, being a natural featherweight who even struggled to make the 126 limit because he is a strong featherweight. But Figueroa has a little bit more of the crowd on his side tonight. Vegas believes he wins. And we shall see who takes this fight that will add another chapter in the fight between, Mexicans and Filipinos. Yes, Figueroa is a Mexican-American, but this fight figures to slot right in to add to that great pantheon of Mexican versus Filipino fights. We shall see. Pat Benatar is the best version, says Weedy Gonzalez. I was born in 1991. I'm a little biased to the Mariah Carey joint with DJ Clue, but that's just me. Black Ray Donovan said Resendez did not thank Al Heyman. Won't see him again. Blocked. Black Ray Donovan, you got a great point, man. These guys, I don't know what's got into these guys. Not thinking Al Heyman. There's something. Pat Benatar, Milton. I got it right. I googled it last second. Pat Benatar. I knew Led Zeppelin made a heartbreaker. Sonia Dumas saying Sean is wearing Mexican colors in honor of his wife and son. I have no bias in the fight. It just worked out that way. It kind of just worked out that way. It may be an omen for Figueroa. Jimmy Lennon Jr., the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr., announcing in the ring as we get ready for main event time. 450 people with us rocking in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and do the douchey thing and say smash the like button. Smash the like button. And call some of your friends if we can get the number up to a clean 500. Dimitri Vivo, Benavides versus Plant. Who wins for you, brother? I got Benavides late in that fight after a tough first half where I think Plant will be doing his thing. There we go. You hear the beautiful voice of Jimmy Lennon Jr. It's showtime. All right. Main event time. Main event time, baby. Time to call this action. Magsayo, truly the B-side tonight. Coming out first, getting introduced first. And a little interesting there. They're both former WBC champions. Magsayo at featherweight, Figueroa at super bantamweight. But maybe I'm tripping. Maybe, let me see here. Perhaps Figueroa is the interim champion already after that Carlos Castro win. So that would explain why he's out second and being introduced second. Let's see. You have been like, thank you, baby G Camacho. Anonymous Sports saying Ontario call. Let's go. You know it. Joe Wise says Benavides versus Canelo. Let's see how Benavides looks with Caleb first. And I think will be much, much easier to assess how Canelo and David will go. They'll have a common opponent for us to, pull from and compare from. Show the screen. Can't do that, brother. I'll get kicked out of this. Black Ray Donovan. All I know is that the winner better thank him. Resendez did see him. He took a picture with him. He was telling him good, tough fight to Resendez. Oh, Jose, you're saying that? All right, Magsayo. Got some fans in the house. Not just Figueroa. Fulton beats Brandon Figueroa every day of the week, and the little monster Inoue is next, says Black Ray Donovan. And even if that's true, Black Ray Donovan, it's Brandon's night, right? We let Brandon get his shine with Magsayo tonight. Fulton, I can't wait to call that fight when it happens in May. Jose says Resendez doesn't speak English that much. That's no excuse not to thank Al Heyman. We've heard thank you, Al Heyman, in all kinds of accents. I'm just being funny. All right, round one set to take off here from Ontario, California at the Toyota Arena. The interim WBC featherweight title on the line. Both guys with just one loss. Both guys with power. Both guys with fun, fan-pleasing styles. This should be another one in the Mexican-Filipino rivalry that adds to the greatness of that rivalry. Here we go, round one, and we're off. Figueroa starting off with that jab, keeping it just a little lower than keeping it straight out of the high guard. Figueroa starting off with that left hand just a little bit above his chest. Now Figueroa switches southpaw for the first time and steps away from Magsayo. Magsayo, neither guy opening up yet. Little southpaw touch jab there by Brandon Figueroa. And they're in the center of the ring. Don't know how much Figueroa want to spend time in that southpaw stance. That should make it easier for Magsayo to land the right hand. And now Figueroa switches back orthodox, tries to step in behind the jab, but Magsayo doesn't let him in there. Center ring, first right hand to the body lands for Brandon Figueroa. Magsayo missing short with that right hand to start. Falling short, hitting nothing but air with that first right hand. Now Magsayo hooking off the jab to the body of Figueroa, set up a nice little left hook up top. Now a right hand lands from Magsayo off the jab, sweeping it, not throwing it down the pipe. Figueroa trying to touch with the right hand of the body, falls a little short. Here they are in the center of the ring. Magsayo stepping in, falls just a little short with the right hand of the body. Now Figueroa steps in with a nice 1-2. Didn't land flush, but good 1-2 by Figueroa in the center of the ring. Now he switches southpaw. Jabs out of that southpaw stance. They're keeping it at long range here in round one. Not a lot of action in round one just yet, halfway through. Now Figueroa steps in with a left hand out of the southpaw stance, switches back orthodox in the center of the ring. Nice right hand over the top by Brandon Figueroa, lands. First good shot of the fight, and they fall into the clinch. And now Figueroa getting Magsayo along the ropes in the clinch. And the referee breaks him apart. That was a nice overhand right by Brandon Figueroa to get this fight started. Figueroa back in the southpaw stance, and they fall into the clinch. Thank you, Milton Dobie. Much love for the $2, my brother. Thank you. Figueroa in the southpaw stance, steps away, slips underneath the right hand and the straight right hand of Magsayo, and now puts the pressure back on. Gets back on that front foot, and they fall into a clinch. Both working with their free hand. Not a lot of action in round one. Oh, now Magsayo walked Figueroa into a right hand with his back along the ropes, but didn't get full leverage on it. Figueroa backing Magsayo into the ropes in the clinch, trying to make it ugly where he's comfortable. Ref breaks him apart. Figueroa in that southpaw stance right now. At some point, will that straight right hand get in if he keeps switching to southpaw? They stay at distance. Magsayo trying to sweep the right hand off the jab, but Figueroa taking some steps out of range to make a miss. Magsayo just off of the left hook, and they exchange in the center of the ring. Both guys just a little bit off with their power shots. Figueroa switching southpaw. 10 seconds left. Magsayo shooting a straight right hand, a left hook, but Figueroa getting underneath it. Switches back orthodox. And he lands a shot that backs Magsayo on the ropes, lands the jab. They trade right hands, both off the mark, and that does it for round one. Not a whole lot there of action in round one, but by far the best punch of the round was an overhand right out of the orthodox stance for Figueroa. They were at long distance, and he kind of looped his right hand over the top, and Figueroa didn't expect that coming. Didn't expect Figueroa to be rangy, expecting more of this guy to come to him and try to suffocate him. And Figueroa kept it rangy that round and actually surprised him with an overhand right. So we'll give that 10-9 to Figueroa. Jeff Zimmerman, good to see you, brother. Great to see you in the chat, man. So we 10-9 Figueroa based off the strength of that overhand right that landed halfway through the round. And again, Figueroa not as aggressive in round one, maybe as Magsayo, and we were expecting. He kept it rangy, switched his stance a couple times, and made Magsayo fall short with the right hand a couple times. I'm not sure Magsayo expected that. So yeah, 10-9. I agree with you, baby G Camacho. Here we go. Round two here ringside in Ontario. Figueroa starting in the orthodox stance. They both trade jabs to start. Good right hand by Mark Magsayo in the center of the ring. They were trading jabs, and he got that straight right hand in over the jab of Figueroa. Figueroa now switches southpaw. Center of the ring. Magsayo sweeping a right hand off the jab. Misses. Hits nothing but air. Figueroa dipping down into the clinch, and they separate back in the center. Nice left hand out of the southpaw stance in the body for Figueroa. Sweeps it underneath. Magsayo touching twice with the jab. Figueroa trying to throw his way in. Forgive me, guys. There's some PR people here. Figueroa taking a step back. Nice jab to the body by Mark Magsayo stepping in. Now he tries to hook off of it to the body, where Figueroa turns him into the ropes. Magsayo clinching. Sorry, guys. I got PR people breathing down my neck. Magsayo backing away, back near the ropes, moves to his left, moves to his right, gets out of there, gets back into the center of the ring. Figueroa switches to the orthodox stance, throws a left hook, straight right hand, and Magsayo tying him up with his back near the ropes. Doesn't want to let Figueroa pin him on the ropes and tee off. Big left hook misses from Magsayo. Figueroa smothering him back into a clinch halfway through the second round. Oh, nice sweeping right hand lands for Figueroa in the center of the ring. That gets a little reaction out of the legs of Figueroa. That was a nice sweeping right hand by Magsayo. Now Magsayo punches Figueroa into the ropes with another right hand. Just off the mark with another right hand on Figueroa, but I saw a little in Figueroa's legs from a right hand a moment ago. Magsayo pushing Figueroa into the ropes again, lands a right hand along the chest and knock him back into the ropes. Figueroa fighting orthodox, but feeling that right hand power in the second round right now. Nice 1-2 by Figueroa. Nice straight 1-2 lands for Figueroa. Magsayo took it well and lifts his hands up to the crowd as if to say they didn't do anything, but now Figueroa pinning Magsayo along the ropes. So Magsayo is clinching him whenever Figueroa gets him along the ropes, not trying to let Figueroa smother him and work. Nice right uppercut on the inside by Figueroa. He sweeps down with a left hook to the body and a right hand up top lands for Figueroa, but he ate a left hook in response in the exchange, but he did out punch Magsayo 3-1 right there on the inside. Now Figueroa on the inside. Right uppercut lands on the inside from Figueroa. Magsayo trying to back him back into the center of the ring. Let's go of a left hook, but Figueroa smothers it and they clinch in the center of the ring. 10 seconds left. Magsayo blocking the right hand over the top this time with his left glove. And that does it for round 2. I give that round to Magsayo. In the middle of the round, he got his right hand to work for him a couple times. Let's look at the replays on the big screen. Yep, that straight right hand over the top of the jab from Figueroa, and it made Figueroa's legs slink down just a little bit in reaction. And here's another replay. Left hook sets up a sweeping right hand on the inside for Magsayo, and then a right uppercut landed for Magsayo as well. That was Magsayo's round, 19-19. Landed some good right hands that round, and it got Figueroa's attention. Figueroa is showing much more respect to Magsayo than he's ever shown any other opponent, like Stephen Fulton or Luis Netti. Smaller guys, but Magsayo's right hand got his attention in round 2. So 19-19. Rolly Romero's in the house. He gets booed. You guys can hear the boos for Rolly Romero. It was a good, solid fight through 2. It began to heat up a little bit. Here we go, round 3. And they fall into the clinch. Magsayo doing a good job holding his own on the inside early on in these clinches. Figueroa not able to operate and smother him like he wants to just yet. Magsayo with the physical strength to walk him back in the center ring. Nice fighting off the ropes by Magsayo. There was straight right hand, left hook, and then a left hook knocks the head up of Figueroa by Magsayo. Magsayo showing his superior athleticism right now. And that punch for punch, he's more explosive than Figueroa. Figueroa, more of a clubbing puncher, a guy that wears you down to the body. Had nice right hand, left hook with Figueroa near the ropes for Magsayo. Again, Magsayo off to a good start in round 3. He backs Figueroa on the ropes again and sweeps the right hand up top. Nice 1-2 by Figueroa. Gets him off the ropes, but a straight right hand lands when Figueroa turns southpaw. He ate that straight right hand. Figueroa is a southpaw now, trying to back Mark Magsayo up. That first minute was very strong for Mark Magsayo. Magsayo shooting a combination with Figueroa coming forward, and he steps off. Now he shoots a right hand to the body, and Figueroa trying to bully him in the clinch. Nice double right hook lands on the inside for Figueroa in that clinch. Got a nice hard hook into the body. But Magsayo is holding his own on the inside. The physical strength, not letting Figueroa just bully him in there. Sorry, guys. I got them breathing on my ass, y'all. But Magsayo is winning this third round so far. Sorry, guys. I don't want to get kicked out by them here in the commentary. People. All right, Figueroa still backing up, or it's trying to back up Magsayo, but Magsayo touches him with the straight right hand and gets off the ropes again. Straight left hand by Figueroa, tries to dig underneath the body, double right hook, lands one up top, but Magsayo is getting the better of this in round 3. All right, back in the center of the ring. Figueroa not looking comfortable in there. He eats another right hand. 1-2s in the center of the ring by Magsayo, showing the speed and the explosiveness. And he touches up Figueroa. No, nice right hand in the body off the jab up top by Magsayo, walking Figueroa into that body shot. Can Figueroa maintain a good pace like he has through 3? Nice double left hand on the inside by Figueroa. Left hook to the body, left hook up top. Magsayo rips 2 right hands to the body back on the inside. Oh, a nice right hook out of the southpaw stance. Stumbled Magsayo, but he was a little off balance, and that does it for round 3. That's another round for Magsayo, showing better hand speed, better athleticism than Brandon Figueroa in the center of the ring, and more explosive with the punching power. 29-28 Magsayo. But Figueroa, he relies on his conditioning to pay off at some point. And we'll see if Magsayo holds up consistently over 12 rounds. But so far through 3, I got him up 2 rounds to 1, 29-28. Thank you, Maker. Still got that old school commentary style. So, yeah, 29-28 for Mark Magsayo. That right hand is working for him in rounds 2 and 3. And it's getting Figueroa ain't throwing 100 punches around or close to it. And he's not, just walking through those right hands either. They are stopping him in his tracks and knocking him back at times. So Figueroa got to find some answers in there. In round 4, starts southpaw. Tries to sweep that left hand to the body after Magsayo starts with a straight right hand. Now Figueroa jabbing. On that front foot, Magsayo near the ropes tries to land a left hook to the body, and they fall into the clinch. Magsayo getting backed up, but he keeps clinching Figueroa and not letting him work on the inside. And he's got the strength to tie him up and stop him. Now the ref is warning both fighters for the excessive clinching. Nice 1-2 by Brandon Figueroa. Not as much power on it as Magsayo. Another 1-2, but Magsayo gets his hands up to block it in the center of the ring. Figueroa landing a straight right hand and then coming with 2 left hooks on the inside. Nice right uppercut on the inside. Left hand to the body for Figueroa on the inside. And this off to a decent start in round 4. Nice overhand left lands for Figueroa in the southpaw stance with Magsayo near the ropes. Figueroa picking up the pace here in round 4. Magsayo not as able to establish his distance behind his right hand here in the 4th. Oh, nice left hook to the body, though, by Magsayo with Figueroa coming forward. Oh, and then he brings up a right uppercut after punching in combination. Nice right uppercut by Magsayo. Figueroa, double jab, backs him into the corner in the southpaw stance. Magsayo near the ropes again. Figueroa switching back orthodox. Letting go with his right hand free in the clinch. This is a right hook. Stays on the inside. Doubles up that left hand. Left uppercut to the head. Left uppercut to the body for Figueroa. Right hook up top. Smothered by Magsayo. But now 2 left uppercuts on the inside by Magsayo. But Figueroa beginning to fight at the pace he wants. Nice jab. Sets up a right uppercut for Figueroa. Eats a straight right hand. Eats a left hand by Magsayo. Almost a half jab, half left hook. Knocks the sweat off of Figueroa's head. Ooh, straight right hand and the left hand knock up Figueroa's head again. Right hand to the body by Magsayo. He stays inside for a moment. Gets out of range a little bit. Now Figueroa backing him near the ropes, but Magsayo is walking him into clean head, eye-catching shots. Figueroa's had a better 4th round, but still in danger of losing it. Now he touches up Magsayo on the inside. Magsayo responds with explosive 1-2s. It steps off to his right again. Figueroa trying to club him into submission on the inside. Right uppercut inside. Nice 2 jabs on the inside by Figueroa out of the southpaw stance. Some nice body work this round by Figueroa. Huge straight right hand lands for Magsayo after missing with 2 left hooks. That straight right hand knocked the sweat again off of Figueroa's chin. And this, to me, is turning into a Magsayo round with 10 seconds left, despite the good work and consistent work of Brandon Figueroa. Right sweeping right hand in the body for Magsayo. 5 seconds left. Left hook up top. Straight right hand lands again for Magsayo. He's beating Figueroa in this fight through 4 rounds, 39-37, Mark Magsayo. Figueroa not able to bully him on the inside like he did 122-pounders. Magsayo getting his respect with that right hand, knocking the sweat off. And Figueroa yet to hurt Magsayo with any shot. He had a good 4th round, did Figueroa, but he still let it get away from him with the clean, eye-catching, head-snapping shots with mostly the right hand of Mark Magsayo, picking his spots. Definitely didn't throw as many shots in the 4th as Figueroa, but he picked his spots nicely and still did enough to win it, in my opinion. So 39-37 for the underdog, Mark Magsayo. Let's take a look at the replay. Straight right hand landing on the replay for Mark Magsayo. 2 straight right hands and a left, almost a left hook, but more like a jab where he hooked on it a little bit towards the end. Yep, so good start for the Filipino. Magsayo doing good boxing right now, using his better feet, better hand speed. Magsayo using the most of his attributes tonight, fighting through 4 rounds, his most complete fight right now. We go into the 5th. Figueroa starting on the front foot. Nice left hook to the body on the inside, but these are clubbing shots, not snapping shots like the ones that Magsayo's landing. Magsayo with some distance between the two of them where it favors him. He misses that straight right-handed distance, but Figueroa staying at long range, switching southpaw. He's in the inside. Magsayo covering up well on the inside, catching the uppercuts and the body work of Figueroa on the inside. Now backing Figueroa up in the clinch to the ropes. Figueroa getting some work in that clinch, but nothing flashy. Figueroa missing with a left uppercut on the inside. Walks into another sweeping right hand of Mark Magsayo, but he picks Magsayo's up with a couple of sweeping left hands, but Magsayo's sharp left hook falls back into the clinch. He is frustrating Figueroa in these clinches with his strength to tie him up at times and not let Figueroa overwhelm him to the ropes in those clinches. Figueroa got him in the clinch, trying to work that free hand, but Magsayo won't let him free. A couple of nice right hand to the body by Figueroa. Now a nice sweeping left uppercut on the inside for Figueroa as he switches back and forth between southpaw and orthodox. Magsayo clinching Figueroa. Figueroa a little frustrated, puts his arms out to the ref. Magsayo missing his 1-2s up top. Figueroa touching him with right hooks, touching him with uppercuts on the inside. Not landing anything big, but touching him here in the 5th. Minute left in the round. Close round. Straight right hand gets in for Mark Magsayo as Figueroa misses on that right hook, but not a lot of power on that right hand for Magsayo. He was evading when he threw it. Right hand underneath the elbow to the body from Magsayo lands, but Figueroa is outworking him here in the 5th. Figueroa sending Magsayo into the ropes with the straight left hand against the chest. Now a left uppercut lands on the inside Figueroa, but he eats a right hand after landing that left uppercut. It was a right uppercut back by Magsayo. Magsayo shooting straight punches off the ropes for a minute to get the Filipinos happy in the audience. 20 seconds left in this round. Figueroa has been more consistent, but the better shots have still been by Magsayo. Last 10 here in the 5th. Close round. Close round. Figueroa more consistent, threw more punches. Got some decent work in, but still nothing eye-catching, nothing that knocked the chin up of Magsayo, and Magsayo still was able to do that a couple times. Close 5th round. Maybe Figueroa gets it on consistency. But either 48-47 or 49-46 for Mark Magsayo right now, depending on how he scored that 5th round. Wonderman Boxing says Magsayo keeps holding. He feels the overwhelming pressure. And it could get to him as the fight goes on. But early on, I like the clinching for Mark Magsayo. It's been strategic, and it stopped the forward momentum of Brandon Figueroa. It was what Miguel Cotto forgot to do in their first fight that he did do in the second fight. He tied up Margarito to stop that relentless pressure at times. Milton Dobie saying Magsayo didn't do quite enough in round 5. I could see that. So 48-47 for Magsayo right now. I could see 49-46. Oh, nice sweeping left hand lands for Brandon Figueroa to start. And now they fight on the inside. Figueroa letting his hands go more than Magsayo. This time smothering the left hook, right uppercut by Magsayo. 20 seconds into the sixth, Magsayo trying to shoot a straight right hand through the guard in the center of the ring. Figueroa in that orthodox stance, switches southpaw. Gets underneath the jab a couple times, trying to come forward, trying to get underneath the power shots of Magsayo. But when he gets to the range he wants, Magsayo wisely tying him up. Magsayo stepping over to his right. Just misses with a sweeping right hand. Figueroa letting his hands go in combination after blocking that right hand, getting Magsayo near the ropes. He has to pick up the pace. He can't beat Magsayo punch for punch. He's going to have to outpunch him and outwork him. Figueroa off to a decent start. Nice left hook, straight right hand with Magsayo along the ropes. Magsayo not getting hit too clean with something. Now Figueroa banging away with his left hook on the clinch, and now his right hook on the clinch. Whichever hand Magsayo lets him work within the clinch, Figueroa banging away with it to the head and body. Oh, whoa, big combination by Magsayo as he plants his feet in the center of the ring and steps into his 1-2s. Knocked the sweat off of Figueroa's head again. Now Figueroa right back on top of him. Figueroa right back on top of him. In the clinch, up close. Nice left hook on the inside, though, by Magsayo. 2 left hooks back again by Magsayo on the inside. Figueroa trying to get his hands free on the inside. Magsayo not letting it happen. Double right hook by Figueroa. Lands a hard hook to the body there. Holding down the head of Magsayo with the right, trying to punch him with the left. Referee let it happen. Minute left in the round, close round. Magsayo not being as active these last 2 rounds as he was in the first 4, allowing some of this activity of Figueroa to get him in there. Nice 1-2 by Brandon Figueroa. He eats a right hand back, but he keeps working his hands. Nice right uppercut on the inside by Figueroa. Eats a right hand while letting those uppercuts go. 1-2, 1-2s in the center of the ring by Magsayo. Gets the crowd attention, but Figueroa kept his hands up nice. Some of those split the guard. Close 6th round with 20 seconds left. Figueroa more consistent. Magsayo letting go of explosive 1-2s in the center of the ring again. Magsayo's back along the rope. Straight left hand lands for Figueroa into a right hook. And then he misses the right uppercut after that. Magsayo trying a wild left hook with his back off the ropes. And that'll do it for round 6. I think Figueroa, back-to-back rounds where you could argue Figueroa maybe deserves them being more consistent, even though Magsayo picked his head up a couple of times in the round. Blood coming from the nose of Mark Magsayo, and already a little bit of heavy breathing in the corner already from Magsayo. That pace could get to him in the second half. I think he's won the first half of this fight 58-56. So I got a 58-56 for Mark Magsayo halfway through, but some blood is starting to come from that nose. And Figueroa's hands are beginning to be able to work more and more freely on the inside as Magsayo can't just keep holding his own on the inside. Let's take a look at the replay here on Showtime. Right hand, straight, the 1-2s in the center of the ring, busting Figueroa up. When Magsayo planted his feet in the center of the ring, shot those 1-2s off. Best moment of the round, but it was a round where the more consistent output was by Figueroa, who landed that straight left hand and that right hook at the bell. That was a Figueroa round, I'll say, in the 6th. 4 rounds to 2 for Magsayo, but this is where Figueroa is expected to come on now in the second half of the fight. Here we go with round 7. Magsayo moving around, lands a straight right hand, but falls into the clinch after it. Figueroa's got to pick it up here in the second half of the fight. Oh, they trade jabs, and that jab knocked the sweat off of Figueroa's head. Figueroa getting in some nice uppercuts on the inside. Nice right hook on the inside by Figueroa. Now a nice left uppercut out of that southpaw stance from Figueroa, pulling his body away from the right hand. Nice left uppercut on the inside again in the southpaw stance from Figueroa. Figueroa letting his hands go on the inside. And yes, Showtime has it the same way I do. 58-56 Magsayo halfway through. Same card I got. Nice 1-2 by Brandon Figueroa. Magsayo maybe starting to slow down in the 7th. Figueroa switches southpaw, gets Magsayo near the ropes. Magsayo shooting off a right hand, but clinches right after it. Not able to be as consistent with his pace as Figueroa here in the 7th. Nice right uppercut on the inside for Figueroa, and then a right hook up top, and then he bangs away with the left hand out of the southpaw stance to the body. Figueroa letting go 3, 4, 5, 6 punches on the inside, clubbing with his hooks, clubbing with his uppercuts in both stances to the body, to the head. Not landing clean, not knocking the sweat off or knocking the chin around or the head up of Magsayo, but touching him up now in round 7. So far, Figueroa's round. Down goes Magsayo, not off a punch, but tiredly falls to the canvas off a push from Figueroa. And Magsayo maybe starting to get tired. Some sweeping right hands inside for Brandon Figueroa. Brandon Figueroa coming on now in round 7. Banging away with his free left hand. Banging away with his free right hand. Banging away with the free left hand again in the clinch. Magsayo tired and just clinching. Not exchanging on the inside. Magsayo all of a sudden looking tired. This momentum all of a sudden getting away from 1-2 lands for Figueroa again. Magsayo getting backed up. Magsayo getting backed onto the ropes now, and fatigue is setting in. Southpaw Figueroa lands the jab now after missing it most of the night. Magsayo's tired. Those 1-2s didn't have the same steam on him as they did a couple rounds ago. Magsayo is a little tired now, and that isn't good for him. Fight momentum changing here in the 7th. Figueroa banging away with his free left hand in the clinch. Body language of Magsayo looking tired to finish round 7. That was a Brandon Figueroa type round. 1-2 lands again for Brandon Figueroa. Left uppercut lands on the inside for Figueroa. Magsayo coming back with a counter shot, but that work rate went down, and he is tired going back, and his face is reddening as some of the punishment starting to accumulate. Figueroa, not the one-punch puncher Magsayo is with the right hand, but his accumulation shots beginning to show some effect on Magsayo. That was Figueroa's round. 4 rounds to 3. Magsayo 67-66, but the momentum now all of a sudden is in Figueroa's favor. 3 pumps saying Magsayo blew his round. Highness saying that was Figueroa's round. Highness saying I said it would be Figueroa late. Anonymous Sports PH saying Magsayo's tired. Maker saying, Figueroa about to take over. He needs to make adjustments now. Figueroa getting the better of. I don't know if he can make adjustments. His game is walking you into that right hand, and he needed to make something big happen with it. He got his respect with it in a way you don't see Brandon Figueroa respect guys, but it didn't drop him. And so now he may get overwhelmed, like we said before the fight. If he couldn't make something dramatic happen with the right hand, he could get overwhelmed. Here we are in round 8 to start. Figueroa Magsayo trying to jump in with a couple of left hooks, but he turns his back. Figueroa letting go of his hands when he turned his back in the clinch, and Magsayo getting a rest that he badly needs, complaining that the punch was low, and the referee taking his sweet time, warning Figueroa, letting Magsayo get a much-needed breather here in the 8th. Showtime has Magsayo. I still got him up 4 rounds to 3, but that 7th round, the momentum turned. Magsayo wisely taking a deep breath after that low blow shot, and after about 60 seconds, here we go, back into it in the 8th. That must have helped Magsayo. Straight right hand by Magsayo. Figueroa with a 1-2 when they traded there. Left hook, straight right hand by Figueroa. Nice right hands to the body by Magsayo. And then he clinches. Ooh, Figueroa working that free left hook, knocking Magsayo's head around with it. And now the referee is breaking them apart, and he will take a point away for Magsayo's clinching. Magsayo has been clinching all night, and here in the 8th, the referee had finally seen enough of it. He takes the point away. Big point deduction for Magsayo. Figueroa with the momentum could have a 10-8 round if he can win this round now. That would swing the scorecards in his favor. Figueroa with Magsayo along the ropes, out punching him 2 or 3 to 1, sweeping his shots to the body. Figueroa back in the center of the ring in the orthodox stance. Left hook, straight right hand lands for Figueroa in the center ring when they exchange. Figueroa starting to get the better of the exchanges now. The tiredness of Magsayo not making him as sharp before when he would beat Figueroa to the punch. Nice 1-2 again by Figueroa as he backs Magsayo up. Magsayo landing the left hook to the body and another one to the body, but Figueroa is relentless now. Figueroa blocking that left hook in the center of the ring, falling into the clinch. They separate. Nice right hand to the body by Magsayo. Tries to finish with the left hook up top. Magsayo here in the middle of the 8th, trying to let his hands go again. Nice 2 right hands off the ropes by Magsayo. He knows he can't let this be a 10-8 round. Figueroa banging away with his free right hand in the clinch, but back comes Magsayo with a harder right hand to the body. Ooh, 2, 3, 4 left hooks and a right hand by Magsayo and another right hand. Mark Magsayo looking like Roy Jones fighting off the ropes that time with 3 or 4 left hooks and a straight right hand. Beautiful burst of explosiveness by Magsayo. Another left hook, straight right hand lands for Magsayo and a left uppercut to finish it. Beautiful combinations out of nowhere from Magsayo in the 8th. He knows he can't let this be a 10-8 round. What an explosion by Magsayo a moment ago. Man, he exploded like Roy Jones with those left hooks. Another explosive combination by Magsayo, sweeping his right hand and his left hooks on the inside. And this is a Magsayo round now. Oh, sweeping right hand and a right uppercut on the inside for Magsayo. Clutch round he came up with when it looked like he was fading. Nice jab lands for Figueroa. He knocks the head up of Magsayo. Magsayo clinching on the inside. Nice left hand to the body lands for Figueroa as he backs Magsayo away to end round 9, but round 8. But that was Mark Magsayo's round. He doesn't make any ground on the card. He doesn't increase his lead. He's still only up a point because it was a 9-9 round with a point deduction because he held. Let's take a look on the replays. Left hook to the body, landing hard for Magsayo, and it was a left uppercut to the low. There was a low blow that made Magsayo get that breather. So good call by the ref. Damn. Yo, you getting hype. Better work. Remember, DJs can't have silence. I got you, Williams Palma. It's just tougher when at ringside, you don't want to be annoying to all your colleagues. But on that replay, 2 or 3 left hooks and a straight right hand off the ropes for Magsayo in that beautiful burst halfway through the 8th. So I had to give that round some good right hooks leading to a left uppercut to the body at the end of the 8th on the replay for Figueroa. So I got this fight 76-75, Magsayo heading into the 9th round. All right. Fight is anybody's fight right now in the 9th. They exchange on the inside, little touch shots with them in the clinch, and Magsayo got the better of it. Magsayo ripping uppercuts and right hands, missing a couple of them, landing some of them, but Figueroa having to eat a couple of explosive uppercuts and right hands to start round 9. Good start from Mark Magsayo. Oh, Magsayo just off with a home run right uppercut. Nice right uppercut to the body by Magsayo. Figueroa working his free left hook in the clinch, lands a good left hook up top and a right hand to the body does Figueroa. Figueroa always consistent up close. Magsayo flashier at range with the more eye-catching punches. For Figueroa consistent on the inside. There they go. They get separated back in the center of the ring. Figueroa in that orthodox stance. Left hook, straight right hand. Lands a little bit there for Figueroa. Now he backs Magsayo on the ropes. Nice left uppercut inside, set up by the body shots. Right hook to the body by Figueroa. Back with the right hook to the body. And now he sweeps his left hand on the inside against Magsayo up top to the head. Magsayo clinching, leaning down. Doesn't want another point deducted. Oh, to a good right hand to the body by Magsayo, but back comes Figueroa with a left hand to the body, and Figueroa with some good body work here. Double right hook by Figueroa lands up top. 2 left hooks by Magsayo, but Figueroa blocked him that time in the inside. Figueroa getting the better of this round right now on the inside. Oh, left uppercut by Figueroa. He stepped into it in the orthodox stance, lifted Magsayo's head up a little bit there. Nice straight right hand counter by Magsayo as Figueroa was stepping into the 1-2. Ate that straight right hand, but he took it well. Figueroa letting go of his hands on the inside. Magsayo not letting him be too effective there. Oh, nice left hook by Magsayo, but Figueroa stepping inside, letting go of 3 or 4 shots back to the body. Figueroa 1-2, backs Magsayo on the ropes. Magsayo shooting a left hand off the ropes to create some distance. Figueroa back on top of him. Magsayo landing a nice right hand off the ropes, but Figueroa, another nice right hand by Magsayo off the ropes, but Figueroa staying on top of him, clubs him with a right hook inside, clubs him with a left hook inside, another left hook in the southpaw stance. Magsayo lands a right hand in the exchange, but Figueroa out punching him 2-1 on the inside. Straight left hand lands from Figueroa, eats a left hook back by Mark Magsayo. 15 seconds left. Feels like Figueroa a little more consistent this round. Ooh, nice right hand in the body by Magsayo. Right hook on the inside up top by Brandon Figueroa. Figueroa dips his head off the line, lands a right hook, eats a right hand coming in, and that does it for round 9. I gave that round to Figueroa, but again, these are some close rounds where even when Figueroa is outworking and outlanding Magsayo still having the flashy punch here and there to lift the head up of Figueroa and more explosive on it. I got it even after 9 with the point deduction that kept it a 9-9 round. Got this 85-85 even heading into the 10th round. If anyone's ahead, if it was 86-84 either way, I'd edge it a little bit more Magsayo's way than Figueroa just because he's landed the best punches of the fight. But to me, it's even right now, 85-85 after 9. We had a point deduction in the 8th, so that gave us an even round. So we added even through 9. 4 rounds apiece with 1 even. Ed Goofy says Figueroa is winning. Figueroa is ahead, it looks like, says Alpha Man. I got it even through 9. So this is going to come down to these last 3 championship rounds. And with the point deduction, it should make it maybe impossible to have a draw mathematically. Referee telling Magsayo to keep his head up because sometimes in these clinches, he's just bearing his head. Straight left hand lands for Brandon Figueroa. That one knocked the sweat off of Magsayo's head. Magsayo missing with an overhand right in close to get into the clinch. Magsayo letting his hands work a little bit up top in the clinch, but eats a right hook to the body by Figueroa. Magsayo with his back near the ropes explodes and lands a right hand in that combination. Another right hand by Magsayo near the ropes, but now Figueroa steps in, gets that right hook to the body underneath the elbow. Magsayo clinching him in the center of the ring. Figueroa working his free left hand a little bit there. Steps in behind his jab in the southpaw stance. Gets Magsayo near the ropes. Magsayo shoots an uppercut to get back into the center of the ring. He falls into a clinch again, and Figueroa is letting his hands go whenever Magsayo falls into those clinches. He's just banging away whatever free hand he's got, usually to the body, usually hooking it. 2 little touch right hooks in that clinch for Magsayo or for Figueroa. They break apart. Figueroa right back on top of him, trying to get to his body with 3 shots. Magsayo trying to place 1 hard body shot here and there whenever Figueroa is working out. Nice left uppercut to the body by Figueroa. Ate a left hook up top there. Figueroa getting off 2, 3, 4-1 on the inside right now. Oh, straight right hand lands for Mark Magsayo, punching in between Figueroa's punches, but Figueroa right back on him, lands a straight left hand. Figueroa coming back, ripping to the body, sweeping left hand to the body, right hook up top for Figueroa. Jab lands for Figueroa, left uppercut again to the body by Figueroa. Double left hand in the southpaw stance, finishes to the body, right hook to the body, right hook up top. Beautiful right hand back by Mark Magsayo to the body, but he's getting outworked and getting beat up to the body here with a minute left in the 10th. Down goes Magsayo, but it's not a knockdown. Not a knockdown. Down he went, and it was in close. Left hook to the body by Magsayo. Figueroa maybe smells a big moment here. They trade body shots, but Figueroa is teeing off to the body. Left hand to the body again. Magsayo tired, but lets a left hook go. Mexican crowd smelling blood for Figueroa. Magsayo fighting off the ropes, but is tired. Little left hands. Magsayo almost looks like he's ready to take a knee. Short inside shots for Figueroa. Figueroa banging away on the inside. Magsayo staying up, showing his heart. 30 seconds left in the round. Figueroa smells blood. Left uppercut. Another left uppercut to the body. Figueroa dipping those left uppercuts to the body. Magsayo fighting back with a 1-2 up top, but he's tired. Figueroa leaning his body weight on Magsayo. 10 seconds left in the round, and Figueroa around. Figueroa just out hustling Magsayo in round 10, showing a better gas tank. And he smiles at Magsayo to finish round 10. That was Figueroa's round. 95-94. Brandon Figueroa, he finally overcomes the deficit from the first half where Magsayo was up 58-56. On my card, he finally takes the lead after round 10, 95-94, Brandon Figueroa. And Magsayo looked like a combination of Magsayo being hurt to the body and exhausted. Been a good fight down the stretch here. Figueroa with the momentum. Gregory Lee says, I'm watching it, and Magsayo isn't going to make it out of the next round. Vasil Lomachenko said that was a knockdown. Tufan said 10-8 Figueroa. I wouldn't go that far. It's still just 10-9 round. Here we go, round 11. Magsayo crosses himself up before going out of there. Does he have enough for 6 minutes left? We know Figueroa does. Figueroa starting off in the southpaw stance, and he is on Magsayo's ass. Magsayo near the corner. Falls again after a clinch. Referee ruling no knockdown, but he is falling tiredly to the canvas in these clinches. Right hook in close for Brandon Figueroa. Nice sweep right hand of the body by Mark Magsayo. Magsayo can't go punch for punch on the inside, but he has snatched the body here and there with a few nice shots. Oh, straight right hand lands from Mark Magsayo. Knocked the sweat off of Figueroa's head, but Figueroa took it well and falls into the clinch again in the center of the ring. Magsayo landed a left hook out of that clinch. Figueroa got to be... Magsayo missing the left hook, and Figueroa gets him to the body with the left hand in close. Now, falling out of the clinch, Magsayo trying to pull out of the clinch, ate a left hook on his way out in the southpaw stance from Figueroa. Figueroa with Magsayo in a headlock a little bit in the clinch. Ref breaks him apart. 2 minutes left in this round. Magsayo a little ahead on my card in this round. Landed the left hook with his back on the ropes. Body language not looking great by Magsayo, but he's landed enough shots this round. Almost halfway through it to be a little ahead on Mike. Magsayo tired, shoots a right hand in the body. Off the jab up top. Figueroa not getting in any clean work, just leaning on Magsayo in the clinch. Figueroa got to get some clean work in this round. Hasn't gotten it in yet halfway through it. He's been on the front foot. He's been on top of a tired Magsayo. Magsayo lets go of his hands and then clinches again on the inside. Let go of a quick combination and then clinch. And the referee will time out again, and he will take a point away again by Mark Magsayo for excessive holding. It looks like. And the referee, that's 2 point deductions now. Rigo, he took the point, right? Yeah. So that's 2 point deductions for holding now for Mark Magsayo, but he's winning this 11th round just like he won the 8th. Sweeping right hand by Mark Magsayo along the ropes. Straight left hand by Brandon Figueroa, but then he eats a straight right hand back and they fall into another clinch. 55 seconds left. Figueroa, make something happen, man. You got a chance for another 10-8 round. Don't let this one get away. Magsayo, tired. Not as active as little free left hands on the inside by Figueroa with Magsayo holding on to the right hand. You better watch out. He can get deducted a third point or disqualified. He keeps clinching and clinching on the inside against Figueroa. Missing wildly with the right hand, eats a left hook on the inside. Figueroa with some good little touch shots on the inside. Not really getting a lot of leverage on him, though. Like he did in the Fulton fight. 10 seconds left. Oh, Magsayo tired, keeping his head down, but then it explodes with a combination, tries to shoe shine to the body. Figueroa on top of him all round that round. And again, if you're scoring body language and who's the boss in there, Figueroa was the boss in round 11. He didn't let up. He stayed on top of Magsayo, but he wasn't that effective offensively, guys. He let go, he wasn't that effective offensively. He hit him with a couple of little short clubbing shots, but didn't really get any body weight behind his punches on the inside. Magsayo walked him into a couple shots. That was a close round. I still got Figueroa ahead of point. Got it 105, 104 Figueroa. It could be 106, 103, or excuse me. If you gave Figueroa that last round, which I don't know if he got it. He wasn't that accurate, even though he was more consistent. If you gave Figueroa that round, you got him already winning the fight, 106, 103, because that was a 10-8 round. But I thought maybe he still let it. That was a close round. Here we go into the 12th and final round. Figueroa feels like he is a little ahead at this point, but it could be, fight could still be on the table. Fog goes saying, nah, Sean, Magsayo is done, man. He was done in the 11th, but Figueroa didn't make him pay for it that much. Here we go in the 12th and final round. Magsayo getting backed up, eats a right uppercut along the ropes. Good right uppercut by Figueroa that time. Or actually, it was a left uppercut in the southpaw stance. Magsayo letting go of his hands, but getting backed onto the ropes immediately. And Figueroa dipping underneath those shots. Good right uppercut on the inside, though, to the body by Magsayo. Another right uppercut. Digging in with two body shots. Figueroa punching up top with that free right hand in the clinch. But Magsayo backing up Figueroa in the clinch. Digging to his body. Decent first minute from Magsayo. Another right uppercut by Magsayo. Gets more leverage. Magsayo has all night has gotten more leverage on his punches than Figueroa. Figueroa wins this fight. It's because of his conditioning. Magsayo leaning into Figueroa onto the ropes. Done a ton of clinching tonight, has Magsayo. Here they are on the inside again. Nice ripping a right uppercut to the body is Magsayo. Left uppercut missing up top for Figueroa. Now he sweeps a right hand to the body. But Figueroa doing a lot of touch shots these last couple rounds, not sitting down on nothing. Nice right hand of the body. But I feel like Magsayo, with his right hand of the body right now, is actually digging it in harder than Figueroa is digging to the body here in the 12th. Right hook to the body, right hook up top of Figueroa, but back comes Magsayo with an explosive combination off the ropes. Not all of those punches landing, but Magsayo with another big combination. He got caught with a right hook, though. He landed a nice right hand, did Magsayo, but he ate a huge right hook. One of the best shots of the fight by Figueroa. And they exchange with a minute left, anyone's round here. Brandon touching with the left hook while leaning down on the top of the head of Magsayo. They exchange there. Magsayo getting backed onto the ropes. Figueroa banging away with his free hand again to the body and to the head. Two right hooks. Banging away with his free left hand. And Magsayo clinching Figueroa along the ropes, getting booed for it. Magsayo clinching on the inside again. Maybe the refs don't like that. And a couple of touching shots send Magsayo to the canvas, but again, it's not ruled a knockdown. That time, maybe it could have been. Sweeping left hand on the inside by Figueroa. This could decide the fight. These last 30 seconds. Figueroa finishing stronger. Gets Magsayo in the corner. Pelts him with a left uppercut and a couple of right hooks. Magsayo tired, clinching into the final 20 seconds. Figueroa, 20 seconds left in the fight. Lands a right hook again. Finishing this round strong like he needs to. This could decide the fight for Figueroa. Banging away to the body is Figueroa. Magsayo's tired. Not able to sprint at the finish line like Figueroa is. Now he lets his hands go in combination. Does Magsayo. Eats a right hook in between all his punches. What a fight. Good fight. Good fight. Down the stretch. And that'll do it. This fight was close. This fight was close, guys. The crowd boos Magsayo. The more eye-catching punches were landed by Mark Magsayo in this fight. He gassed in the second half, but fought enough in spurts that maybe he pulled out a draw. Maybe he pulled out a win. That was a close fight, guys. I'd be okay with a draw, to be quite honest with you. I know it felt like Figueroa took it at the end, but he wasn't that effective offensively. He didn't land that many head-snapping shots. I do think Figueroa won that 12th round. I do think Figueroa won. You know what? I do got to edge it out to Figueroa. He did close stronger, and Magsayo let it get away from him there in that 12th round. As fatigued as he was, but I do think Figueroa may have pulled this one out down the stretch, but I won't hate the judges if they call it a draw or if they even still like Magsayo's more flashy combinations. And even though he wasn't as consistent down the stretch as Figueroa never really landed that many head-snapping shots. He worked a lot with his free hands in the clinch, and that's not the most impressive work to score. If he wins this fight, he just out-hustled Mark Magsayo, who was exhausted and clinched a lot down the stretch. I did score it slightly for Figueroa, but I won't hate the judges if they see it a draw or even edge it to Magsayo. I did edge this to Figueroa. I got to give him that last round where Magsayo was dead tired and Figueroa closed that last 30, 40 seconds strong. So I'll edge it to Figueroa, but the better punches, the most eye-catching punches were actually landed by Mark Magsayo, especially in that first half of the fight. Let's see what we got here. It's just awaiting the decision, and then I gotta get up out of here, man, and get some interviews for you guys. I still do interviews, by the way. I don't, as much as I love rocking with you guys, this is the fun part of my job now. Is rocking with the chat, doing the live. Now's the hard part. Once they announce the decision, run out here and get some interviews. Mr. PBC says Mark Baby. Samuel Davis said Magsayo's a hype. The Plug 88 said Brandon won that hands down. Jaime 90 said Figueroa got it. Isaiah M said great job tonight. Thank you. Sergio Matano said awesome commentary. You are awesome at this, man. Thank you, guys. And I'd have been even better at the office tonight. When I'm here at the fights and there's media people sitting to my left and my right, they don't. I'm sure they're annoyed by me yapping, but I do it to the people. So, but then again, the media people are super cool because they never check me. They never ask me to shut up. So shout out to my colleagues for that, for letting me bring you guys this round by round. Well, Milton Dobie says, I gave 12 to Figueroa. I got it 114, 112 Figueroa. That's what I have in Milton Dobie. That's what I scored it, 114, 112 Figueroa. Danny Lay saying our commentator is the MVP. Thank you, sir. It turns out if Figueroa wins this, that the Mexican colors were an omen, inadvertently. I wore a UNLV shirt and I put my Mighty Ducks sweater, headed out the hotel. And then someone brought it up early in the chat. Damn, Sean, you're rocking the Mexican colors. So maybe it was a good omen for Figueroa. We shall find out in a moment's time, it would seem. Wonderman Boxing said, Magsayo went down 3 times to buy time. Figueroa W. Thank you, Wonderman Boxing, for the super chat, brother. Appreciate it. Mr. PBC said, you the best commentary. Gerardo Morales said, sick commentary, Sean. Thanks, guys. And it's been even better. It'll get better. Gerardo Morales, Magsayo about to lose. Richard Warwas said, great work. Thank you, Mr. PBC, brother. I appreciate it. All right, here we go. Here's the call, and then I got to get some interviews. Unanimous decision. Ooh. Here we go. Ooh. Damn. 117, 109. And 118, 108. That's Figueroa. That's Figueroa. That's Figueroa. There's no way Magsayo got those scores. Yeah. Brandon Figueroa wins a ridiculously lopsided. He won 114, 112 on my card. I had 114, 1. Weren't those terrible cards? Terrible. 114, 112, right? That's, yeah. I thought so. And then he faded. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and Ringside Media here saying that those scorecards were ridiculous, so I'm not alone. My colleagues here at Ringside feel like the scores were ridiculous, but the right man did win. I had it 114, 112 Figueroa. It was a good fight down the stretch. The right man did win. I'll catch you guys later. Let me get some interviews. Love you, chat. Much love.